Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Three Geeks podcast. We will be back in just 2 split quick seconds.
All right, and it's been more than 2 seconds, so we are back. How's it going, fellas?
Hooray!
Geeks podcast. See, I'm trying to make Jason not a liar.
But it's more fun to make him a liar.
I mean, he is a liar. I'm just trying to, make it seem like I'm trying to Donald Trump it as much as I can. Make it seem like it was all planned this way.
So you're the oh man, what's her name? The press secretary to Jason there.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Apparently, just me and our guest that will be coming on shortly decided to dress up today, but that's fine.
I did dress up. I'm the ghost from Mario.
Yeah, I am a dice castle.
You have to have your Dice Castle mask on if people are going to know you're a Dice Castle.
Well, nobody asked until just now.
Actually, Dan came as Ted Danson. We are here. We're ready.
No, I'm not Hellboy.
Dan dressed up as Jared Leto from Fight Club.
Yeah, I've got a Jared Leto theme going on, I guess.
It's better than Jared Leto from Suicide Squad, which was a couple weeks ago. Oh
no.
Whoa! You guys
get that? Some weird sound. Is anyone else getting that?
Did you just snap yourself?
I did snap myself. I will not be wearing this mask through the first half. I'm going to save it for Samantha because
God.
I don't want to look like an idiot being the only one dressed up.
Jason, if you don't want to look like an idiot, you need to not be on the internet.
Yeah, this is true. Oh, snap.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Jason Show. It's going to be a great Halloween episode. It's just me chilling.
Oh, my goodness.
Samantha Gaton and Justin will be joining us. But so Justin and I, we interviewed a director, and I saw he sent me, they send press stuff for you to look at. And when I got this, I'm like, man, is Charles Bronson still alive? Like, this dude looks just like him.
So, you
Nobody
made a movie starring his look-alike, like, is he like Charles Bronson with like 2 N's?
Yeah, his name isn't even close to Charles Bronson's name. I just found it fascinating.
No, it's like they used to do the Bruce Lee, like Bruce
yeah, L.I. or L.E.I. Bruce Lee.
How are you doing today, George? George, buddy. George is doing the top 10 horror movies, I believe, tonight. His top 10 horror movies. Let me pull up the little image to promote him, which is also
10
on
good horror movies.
Yeah, there are.
There are many more than 10 horror movies.
I'm just trying to have a hot take.
Even you could come up with 10 horror movies.
I don't know.
Actually, I don't think you can. They're going to be like The Sound of Music 5 times.
Yeah. The Sound of Music is definitely going to take up 2 slots.
Halloween movies.
Halloween. But
there's what, 12 Halloween movies? So that's not hard.
Yeah.
Which 2 are the worst 2?
Are we counting Season of the Witch?
Resurrection would not be on my top 10. That movie's horrible. And Halloween 5 would not be in my top 10. I just suppose put Rob Zombie's movies on before those.
No.
At least the first Rob Zombie. First Rob Zombie would make my top 10. Second one would not.
I would dump both of those and leave 5 and Resurrection on there.
He means Halloween, the holiday movies versus the actual Halloween movies. But that would be good too, like just to see. Like the whole conversation is which 2 did you cut from the top 10 versus like what's your top 10?
yeah. Upcoming changes to the top 10. Does Halloween Town have 3 versions on there? Like
I think so. But I watched Lock and Key this week in anticipation for which got rescheduled interview with Halia. But I want to say that and this is a testament to Halia. Halia plays the same character, but not. It's kind of like a Lost Season 5 type thing, Dan, where, John Locke was playing a different character the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't know. But, Halia plays a different angle on the eating character. She's the bad guy of Season 2, and I want to say kudos to our friend. She does a fantastic job with her acting in Lock and Key Season 2. And the season was better than the first one. It built upon the first season very, very well. And I have not read the book, so I'm coming at you as a non-book reader who just watched the show for what it is. And I thought Halia was fantastic in season 2. And I'm very curious where we're going with season 3 because they've already been renewed and ready to go. But Halia Jones, 2 thumbs up on your acting.
Hooray. I started watching Squid Games.
How is it?
It's okay. I'm like halfway through episode 5. It's all right. I guess, the hype built it up for something like amazingly, brutal, and it's all right. but it's not. Yeah, Max, we can't hear you.
No, I'm starting to think maybe Max was the one with the noise.
Yeah.
Whoa, weird. Sounds like Jazzy Jeff is on the turntables.
Right, that's definitely. Is that me?
I think so.
Okay,
I can't hear anything.
Okay,
so I don't know.
But I definitely said, like, for you, it's gonna be it's gonna be run of the mill. But
I was expecting like Battle Royale, and I got kind of meh. I mean, it's not horrible. I'm digging it. It's just I don't know.
All right.
And George is our turntable apparently.
Oh, I'm still hearing the turntable, so let's see.
Was it? Hold on.
I'm not hearing it now, but I took my headphones out. Maybe it was my headphones. Let's see if it comes back.
Maybe it was my headphones. Okay. I was... Can anybody hear the two turntables and a microphone now?
No, it's just pure clean sound. Is
all okay. Yeah, there you go.
Jason. Good job. Producer
you have
Jason Taylor.
Is there a mic on those headphones by chance?
Nope. But anyway, I give Lock and Key season 2 a 4 out of 5.
All right.
Again, building upon the first season, which I also would have given a 4 out of 5. Like, you can't have season 2 without season 1. To say that season 2 is better than season 1, it's not fair because it's one continuous story. So I'm enjoying season 2 a lot.
All right.
Enjoyed it.
I have not started watching that yet. I keep on meaning to, and I haven't. And I don't know. It's kind of cool because I know Halia just as the person. Like, I don't even know like her body of work. She's such a pleasant person. I'm just saying.
It's very true.
I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny. I do. Oh, there's some scratching again.
Well, during my play date with Justin on Friday or Thursday, we decided that he's going to watch Lock and Key as a comic book reader, and then him and I are going to review it together, coming from 2 different perspectives to see how it holds up.
Huh.
It's fine, guys. Stop drawing attention to it.
Okay.
So anyway, what have you guys been watching besides Squid Games?
I watched No One Sleeps in the Woods Tonight 1 and 2.
Oh, nice. How is it?
It's okay. They're fun Polish horror movies, which is neat. I watched the English dub with the subtitles to see what they dubbed wrong, which is fun. There's basically there's 2 very unattractive rednecks that are killing everybody. And it turns out that this meteor came down, and they as kids like put it under their bed, and then the evil seeped from the meteor into them, and then they killed their mom and took over the cabin and just killed people ever since.
That sucks when a fucking alien murder rock lands in your backyard.
Unless you're Stephen King, and then you just turn into a moss monster. So that's kind of fun.
Swamp Thing. I'm not too opposed to that.
The sequel follows an idiot cop, and I don't say that because I think that cops are idiots. This kid is an idiot.
Yeah. This one cop.
Yes. He's horrible. He rides his bike to work. Gets yelled at by the shop owner guy. Always wants to run away from everything. I'm not. Like, I don't know how they do like police academy in Poland, but I think they're doing it wrong. but anyway, spoilers, I guess. He goes after this girl, the heroine from the first part, and then he ends up turning into a monster.
Doing heroin?
No. She's the female hero of the movie, Max. That's a different Polish film. But then they both turn into monsters, and there's a rather awkward sex scene, and I liked the first one. Second one was kind of meandering. So
Nice.
First one gets 4 out of 5. Second one gets a 3, maybe. Is it my pen?
I don't know.
I don't know who it is. I don't know what that sounded.
That was it. There it is.
Oh, my bad. But I need that pen, so I'll just stop doing that.
Well, we find out who DJ Jazzy Jeff was.
Yay!
Now we just need the Will Smith here. So
I can't even hear that.
Funny stuff.
Oh, I don't want to hear it, Max. As much as you like kick the table where we're recording on, I don't want to hear it.
Touche, salesman. Touche.
And I gotta slap Jason's hands because he's like tapping everything. I'm like, dude, please stop doing that. There's more to edit.
Oh, all right. I went and watched Dune again.
Hey,
I went to the theater and watched it, and it is fucking awesome.
I watched it again on HBO Max.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again.
It's still awesome.
Yeah. I fucking love that movie. I am a fan of that movie. I'm reading the book again just to kind of like keep it fresh, like what they changed and who they took out. But like I don't really have a problem with it so far. Like
yeah.
Because I mean, like they do lose some like key characters or like some good characters, but I feel like everyone's still like represented in a good way. Like I feel like you get what you need across.
Yeah, you get plus you get the second part, which they've greenlit now apparently.
Right,
so that's cool.
I'm super excited about that. I went with Liz and Tony, and Tony was like, as soon as the movie ended, he's like, "When's part 2 come out?"
Well, they haven't made it yet.
Yeah, but I was like, awesome. I'm glad he likes it because I fucking love this movie. Like, that's freaking awesome. Yeah, so I went and saw Dune again. Yes, do it, watch it. Absolutely. I don't know how you're gonna pay attention to football if you're watching Dune, but that's cool.
Yeah, that's weird.
I fucking dig it. That's like it might be my movie of the year. This is very well done.
Yeah. One thing I noticed is that like they kind of changed a lot of the dialogue.
Yeah,
just slightly because the 84 one followed relatively close to the book in certain scenes.
Yes. So yeah, they had to they're like, no, we're different.
It's also if you watch the extended edition of the 84 one, they use alternate takes with different dialogue, and it just throws me off.
Yeah,
but
yeah, no, I dig this movie.
Yeah,
I can't wait for them to bring back Jason Momoa. Spoiler alert, he comes back.
Really?
And then neither one of you comes back to life or whatever.
But that's later on. That's way later on.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I just heard cool things and I thought it'd be sweet, but
that doesn't happen. I think until God Emperor.
Oh, okay.
No, wait, might be in Children of Dune, the second or the third book. I don't know.
Have you read all the books?
What's that?
Have you guys read all the books?
I have.
No, I read 2 of them. I think I read the first 2.
Well, I don't count his nephew's books, but the Frank Herbert ones I've read.
Yeah, I should read the rest of them. I haven't. No, but yeah, I read. I think the first 2 were like the good ones, right?
My favorite one is the 6th one, actually.
Okay, well, why is it your favorite?
Because you learn that a long time ago, some Bene Gesserit split from the Order and like just took a rocket out of the galaxy, and they come back and they call them the Honored Martyrs, and they have the same powers that the Bene Gesserits do, but they get it through sex, and they're messed up, and it just sparks this giant war between them, and it's pretty damn cool.
I feel like that's due to the anime.
But it's still Frank Herbert's writing, though. It's not.
Like, that sounds so crazy. Like,
it's not his hack nephew doing it.
Yeah, for sure. So there's a bunch with.
That's not me. That's Jason.
Has anybody read the nephew's books or any of them?
I've read 2 of them. I'm not a big fan.
Okay. No, I have not read them. I don't plan on it. Like, I mean, I can read stuff that's good. It's hard for me to read stuff that's bad. Like,
well, I mean, the hell of it. Just like bad movies. Like, I love like bad pulp horror.
Yeah,
but yeah, I can't. I don't know. Like I hate it when people write a book and they're like, I'm writing the great American novel as I write this book, and it's not. Like you're not F. Scott Fitzgerald, buddy.
I don't know. I just like shit that's good. I really appreciate shit that's good, and like I also understand it's like maybe you should have quit. Like. And that's just it. Like when at some point in time, some people, like whatever they're doing, like they just fucking start phoning it in or whatever the fuck, yeah. and it's like it's just not good. So like I don't know. I like reading shit that's sweet. I don't mind like when it ends. It's like okay, I'll just stop here.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And like and that's good enough for me. I'll just read the good part over again versus going through the bad part.
I used to read all the Terry Goodkind ones, the Wizard's First Rule series. And for like the first 4 or 5 books, they were really good. And then it was just like, I'm doing this for a paycheck is what it felt like. And it's like, dude. And I know he still got his fans, and I'm not knocking it. I'm just like, man, I can't,
this is not for you. Like,
I can't get back into it now.
I 100% get that. I mean, like, I used to really, really love reading the Star Wars books, but like, I can't read them now. Like, and it's not, because of the content. I'm just like, they seem like rehashings or poor, like, like there's no like good storyline that I get into or whatever. So like, I mean, like, again, I'm not knocking them. It's not for me. Yeah. And
speaking of books and like weird knockoffs and stuff, there are 2 things that I can't stand going through the Amazon,
list?
Yeah, and that's when you put what the book is in the title. So, you got your book title, then you got a colon, and it says an explosive new thriller. It's like, why did you do that? That is dumb. The second thing is when
you hear movie voice in your mind, dude. Fucking The Killing Fields, an explosive new thriller from John Grisham. You're like,
it's pretentious enough when you have a title and then have a novel, after it. But I can get past that.
Just to let you know.
Yeah. It's not a novella. It's not a VCR tape in there.
It's a full novel. Yeah, like there's not a fucking sandwich in here. Okay.
And I also can't stand when they have like you're gonna have like a book called like The Submarine, and it's like for fans of Tom Clancy, Hunt for Red October. It's like, oh, that's a knockoff. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. And like with everything, like it doesn't matter what medium you like. It's books, TV, fucking movies, whatever the fuck. It's like some shit's really good, and like I don't mind just watching the really good shit. Like I don't need to watch all of this terrible shit that you fucking like put out.
But then you think about it, and it's like, what if? Like somebody wrote this submarine novel, and then Tom Clancy's book hit it really big, and then their distributor picked it up and just started slapping. It's like, well, they like Tom Clancy's submarine thing, so we'll try this one. And that's got to be disheartening.
And again, whatever, fuck it, like give me that check. Like that's what I wrote this for. good. Like that's like as far as the author is concerned, like fuck it. Like, the book's already written. What do I fucking care if you sell it some more?
One thing we didn't do though was get Dan's final review of this.
Oh my god, I get on my brother's fucking Twitch stream because he talks political shit, and I just type in "Hope never dies" and fucking "Hope rides again" in fucking capital letters on his Twitch stream all the goddamn time. I just spam that.
I really liked Hope Never Dies, actually. Again, like I thought it was just going to be like whoever started doing the historical novels with zombies after the first guy did, but it was actually a decent story, and it had it actually had a mystery. I'll give it that, and it had a decent payoff with Biden coming to grips with Obama running around like a crazy person.
Stop that.
Sorry.
Put the pen down, Dan. Did you read the second one?
I have not yet.
Okay. Emily said that she really liked the first one as well. She said the second one so far doesn't have the same charm as the first one.
It's probably outweighed. It's overstayed its welcome at that point. Like,
probably.
One book.
Now, what probably happened is they're like, this book is really good. Like, we need another one ASAP. It's selling quickly, and he wrote it in a weekend and like sent it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that goes to my fucking direct fucking argument I was making before. It's like, don't like, okay, if you want to write something bad, like everyone can do that. Like so many people write bad shit. Like it's the good shit. Like is worth reading again. So it's like I don't know. Like I'm not gonna read the second one. I'll just read the first one twice. Like fuck it. Like I don't need to know what happens or what you made happen in that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah,
it's just, and everybody lived happily after the first novel. Thank you.
Right. Like that's fucking like if the shit I can come up with in my head is better than the shit that you put on this page, like what the fuck do I care? Like I've already got it. Like thank you. I don't need your suggestion.
Thank you. Goodbye. Don't come again.
Yeah, like fucking come back when you write something good. Like fine.
Yeah.
I do want to take a second and thank everybody for the support on our audio feed. It's been an amazing week. I want to thank you guys all so much.
I wonder what is the hot take that made that fucking episode hit? Like,
which one was it?
I don't. It's like a random fucking episode.
It was our live show from the weekend of the 7th, I believe.
Which one was that?
We're back. Let me see what we talked about. Let me pull that up.
Yeah,
Indianapolis or no?
It was when we came back from Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, this is before Indiana.
Oh, okay.
This is after Monroe.
Okay. All right, what do we talk about?
Who knows?
I'm trying to figure that out, Max.
Maybe we were missed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. They're fucking awesome. Thank you.
Correct.
Like,
we talk about that 90s shows, our top 5 board games. It's probably Frosthaven.
Ooh.
Maybe
Frosthaven gameplay.
Maybe. Who knows?
Oh my god, I cannot wait for fucking Frosthaven to come out. I am so excited for this fucking game. I played Gloomhaven last week and I was like, fucking, I want to play Frosthaven. Like, this is awesome. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to play Frosthaven. I want to play the same character that I played when we did the demo because that character is the Flash. You get to be the board game The Flash. It's awesome. I wish that they would sell their mechanics to fucking Marvel or DC. Fucking, if I could have a fucking superhero universe fucking game like this, I would play it in a heartbeat.
You can just GURPS that shit out. Come on.
Like fucking like I would love it. They should definitely steal this shit or fucking legitimately get this gameplay somehow. Or come up with a similar game. Like they would crush. They would be the fucking most awesome thing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Frosthaven as well. I have not played Gloomhaven.
Could you imagine? I'm sorry. Could you imagine fucking playing a level written by Grant Morrison or some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like they could have comic book writers fucking write out the scenarios and then like you work the gameplay to that. Justin, what's up, dude? Well, are you a cartoon?
Yeah.
Hey, that's fucking awesome. How are you a cartoon?
Adobe Character Connect thing. It took me 10 minutes to get the stupid thing to connect to OBS. through like character thing. That's why I was a little bit slower. But I was told we had to dress up, so I decided to.
That is fucking awesome.
Yeah, isn't it?
It's kind of cool.
I want to be a cartoon.
I don't know if Adobe's gonna be pissed or not because like this is just a pre-made character, but whatever.
I like how it laughs. Laugh some more, Justin.
It's connected to. It's using my webcam to map my face.
Yeah, that's
so like
fucking awesome.
It'll randomly like make me blink, but.
Huh.
That's awesome, Justin.
Oh my goodness! I want to be a cartoon. I'm so jealous of you.
We could make that happen.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm just impressed by you, Justin. That's all.
There we go. Let's just animate the Animaniacs podcast.
It'll be fun.
We could. I don't know if. I mean, again, we might have to create our own characters because I don't know if Adobe's even gonna be happy with me using their own thing. But we can totally do it.
Own cartoon. Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I want to be a slime from Dragon Quest.
Justin, let's talk about our evening on Thursday.
Oh, I really enjoyed Rhett and Link being dirty with the crowd.
Justin and I are fans of Good Mythical Morning, and I invited Justin over because they had a $20 pay-per-view where they were going to do more adult jokes, more adult games. And Justin came over, we watched it, and it was a lot of fun. And holy shit, it was dirty. Like I couldn't even come up with some of the stuff that they were trying to do on that show. Like off of my head, like we were trying to guess what games they would do because on Good Mythical Morning, what they do is they'll say, "Will something pancake?" and they'll try all this ridiculous food as pancakes to see if it works or not. And so, like, how are you going to turn that into adult thing? And they did like, "Will it penis?" And then they did guess the decade of when a sex toy came out, and they did sex positions where they were read directions on how to get into sex positions with the doll version of their wives, and then whoever got the closest. And it was just funny watching them try to maneuver into. It was really funny. It was worth the $20 I spent. And Justin, when you left, I signed up for the after show, and I watched a little.
Oh, that's when things got
really funny. Then you signed up for their OnlyFans, and you got more sex positions.
Getting dark.
They were wasted by the end of the show.
Don't mind me rigging this thing more.
Yeah.
At least Justin can breathe in his makeup.
I'm just watching your arms move.
My webcam doesn't catch. Like I can't get my hands in it, so I look like really weird because it doesn't pivot my hands, so I can just like hang out my armpits.
Oh, well, that's fine. I mean that's all you normally do. It's okay.
It's doing its best.
I'm so jealous of your cartoon. That's amazing.
Yeah,
let's just interview Justin. So, Justin, how was
Justin
your weekend?
the Ape Man.
It was great. I saw the 21 Pilots thing last night. That was a lot of fun. Their light show was really, really great.
That's cool.
So,
did you go to them live then?
Yeah.
Oh, how was the show?
It was great. Yeah, it was. The traffic was great. Most of the people in that area were all at the Buckeye game.
Super good concert when you're like, oh man, the traffic was great.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm an old man now, and that's important to me.
Oh my goodness!
There's no more staying for the encore. You just leave when they leave the stage the first time.
What's good about the concert? The light show and the traffic.
I enjoyed it. I know. Listen,
I'm just saying it's a beautiful. Like 21 Pilots is a band, and what are you talking about? What's good about the show?
But
none of it involves the music.
Oh, man, I don't think my cartoon can express how disappointed I am in this conversation. But the band was great.
It's not my fault that 21 Pilots is disappointing. Okay, that's not my fault.
That's fair. I'm picturing this very poorly. That's my bad. Okay, just enjoy my cartoon swing.
Parking is important to me too. When I go to a concert, I make sure I back in so I don't have to back out at the end when I leave. And yes, Dan, I wait for the encore to start. And if I don't care about that song, then I start working my way to the car because it's important that I don't have to wait in the parking garage.
That's amazingly disrespectful.
I'm old, man. I've gotten that.
Either way,
you're old. I'm the oldest one here, people. Come on.
You're right.
Yeah,
no. I'll use that as an excuse. The songs and stuff were great. A lot of them were the first time I was hearing them because I wasn't like it was more my friends were really into them, and I was like, okay, I'll go to a concert. So
that's fair. As long as you had fun at the show.
Yeah, it was great.
That's all that matters. But yeah, I just thought it was hilarious that you do not want.
No, I agree. The fact that I went right to parking is a good or traffic. That's a very valid point.
Nice.
All right. What did you other than 21 Pilots get into? Anything?
No, that was it. I just well, I went to the Big Bang. They had that dueling piano bar. That's kind of fun downtown.
Oh.
Yeah. I've been there before. I think
they have cool. A new location, but
or I should say I don't know if I've been there. I've been to a dueling piano bar. I feel like
if you've been to one, you've been to all of them. But
that's fair.
It's still fun.
Justin, did you watch anything this week?
Outside of your Rhett and Link thing, not really. No. The last big thing I've seen was Dune.
Okay.
I watched that again. I went to the movies and watched it.
Nice.
It's still good.
I can't wait to watch Dune. I haven't watched it yet. I will.
Bruh.
Dude, it's so good. Go watch it in the theater. Like it's
yeah,
so
go watch it in the theater.
Okay, it got such a sterling representation to you last Sunday, and you still haven't watched it, JT.
That's almost as bad as going to a 21 Pilots concert and talking about the light show.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
And the traffic.
I get it. But they were all very A+. It was all good.
I can't listen to your guys' glowing reviews because if I go in there expecting like the greatest thing since sliced bread, I will be disappointed.
Okay, but from the people who hate everything, like,
well, from the person that hates everything.
But I do plan on watching. I'm going to watch it this week.
It's like a me and Squid Games thing there, Jason. Like,
The Eternals is Marvel's first Rotten Tomatoes score.
The worst, right? I hope it's good.
What?
It's not good. It's not going to be good.
You're right. It's not going to be good, but I want it to be good.
Dan dropped the pen.
I did before anybody said anything. I was like, oh crap, and I put it down again.
The reviews aren't like overly harsh on the movie. The reviews all say the same thing. It's pretty much Marvel did what DC does, which is they got ambitious with this movie and tried a lot of new stuff and put a lot into a 2.5 hour movie as opposed to stretching it out a little bit. But they felt like they wanted to fit this 7,000-year-old story into one movie. And that's really the main issues that I'm seeing is the pacing, and there's just so much into this film.
Netflix did that, and it was okay. With that one, the Highlander ripoff one where all the soldiers were immortals. And
oh, yeah, I remember that. That was okay, right? I didn't mind it.
I'm looking forward to the Eternals. Yeah. I'm taking Tony to see it on Thursday.
The what now?
So, the Eternals.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go this weekend, I think. But if I don't go, I'm not gonna be sad.
I think I'm gonna skip this one.
Yeah, I feel like it's one worth skipping.
Yeah, I don't really care. I mean, I saw 2 different trailers for it, and I was like, eh.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who gives a fuck?
I do.
That's all I can think about. I mean, I love Salma Hayek. Like she's one of the hottest chicks I've ever seen on the planet Earth. I'm in love with her. But
you don't have to watch everything she's in.
This is right, and I mean, she's a great actress. Like Angelina Jolie can act sometimes. I'm not excited.
sometimes.
I'm not excited about seeing any of these people in this movie. There's no everything I've seen for this movie is just kind of meh. And yeah,
I'll take Matt as long as it's not horrible. I'll take Matt, but Angela. As soon as I saw Angelina Jolie was cast in this movie, and this is nothing against Angelina Jolie.
Sounds like you have something against Angelina Jolie.
Every big movie that she's in sucks. Maleficent sucked. Maleficent
sucked.
Wanted sucked.
Wanted.
Yeah, Original Sin was oddly hilarious.
Ben Bullets.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
What's up, Mike? Oh, dude, that's an intense video.
Wanted is fine. Come on.
No, it's not.
It's perfectly.
Why did you call it that? Why did you call it Wanted?
If you weren't
sorry,
because it's a DC. Because the original comic's a DC ripoff, so they can't use DC characters, so they might as well just do their own original thing.
But then just call it something else.
On its own, as an action movie, it's perfectly okay. Anyways,
but that's not the problem I have with it. Yeah. Why call it Wanted when it is there's nothing from the book that's in the movie.
Well,
like, that makes no sense at all.
It's a recognizable title, Max. That's why they.
I guess, but
it's
I'm
called
like, fuck
Brand.
you. Like if you're gonna call it that, then make the Wanted movie. Like fuck, man. Like that's
well, because DC would have lawsuits aplenty because Mark Millar basically ripped off DC canon for that story. So, anyways, I'm a skull. Since Justin was a thing, an animated.
I appreciate it. It's a troll, according to Adobe.
A troll, nice.
I feel like he's an ape man. The way he hangs around.
I'm totally down for whatever you want to call him. He's definitely just not human. I know that.
Let's go around the horn. What's everybody doing for Halloween today? Like, what movies are you watching, or are you just doing something different? Let's start with Max. Max, what are you doing today for Halloween?
I'm gonna take the fiance to dinner for her birthday, and then I guess we're gonna go trick or treating. The kids are gonna go trick or treating in another neighborhood to get more candy because that's what we need. Is more.
That makes sense.
Of course. Everybody needs more candy.
Yeah. So that's what she wants to do. So that's what we're doing. If it were up to me, like I would sit at home and watch football for Halloween because I could not care any less about Halloween. Like it's not my holiday. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like being scared.
You're not a big
like,
horror guy.
Yeah. So it's like Halloween. I just kind of like hunker down and get through. You know, it's not like. Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, this whole holiday season. Like, I'm happy for Thanksgiving.
What's your favorite holiday, Max? I'm a big fan of Halloween and Christmas.
Thanksgiving.
Is it Thanksgiving?
No, I'm a big fan of Thanksgiving. I like. Yeah, that's about it. Like everything else can go.
Fair enough.
Shit, I was right there. I was.
Yeah, you nailed it, man. You nailed it.
It's just like because Christmas, like I don't know what it's supposed to mean. Like they tell you it's about like love and family and friendship and all this shit, but then it's like it's just like a giant sales thing.
Yeah. Then you go to the store and fight.
Yeah, it's like
I love people watching on Black Friday.
Yes, me too.
Right, but it's like even that. It's like let me watch these people be awful to each other. Over something
but they're trying to be nice to their family and friends by being awful to other people.
See, it's so ridiculous to me. Like that's what I can't stand. You know, and then like they start doing Christmas shit at fucking like tomorrow. Like as soon as Halloween's done, they put up Christmas shit, and I'm just like, man, I gotta go through 2 months of this shit. Like that's what this holiday rates. Like I gotta deal with the same 12 songs for 2 fucking months because of this bullshit. Like,
do you think working in retail burned you?
Why do we need bottled water? Oh my god!
Tap water's just fine.
I need my $5 toaster on Black Friday, and I'll be damned if Estelle is going to stand in front of me and take that $5 toaster.
I understand fighting over a sale, but I'm just saying, like, okay. Look at what you're doing, like in the name of, like this is in the name of Christmas or whatever the fuck.
Killing
like,
in the name of.
Yeah, dude, like that's for sure, man. I don't get it. I don't understand how people like cop to one thing and then fucking do this other thing, like right in the face of it. Like this is what like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Welcome to modern Christianity.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, if we're all supposed to be fucking about like love and humanity and shit, like, why do you treat other people the way you do?
It's all about the Second Amendment as well, my friend.
Church and state; those are supposed to go hand in hand.
Yeah, like over this, like why do they call Labor Day and everyone wants it off? Like they call it something else. Like if it's Labor Day,
no free Labor Day.
Everyone should labor. Like what are you talking about? That's what the holiday's about, isn't it? Then why are we doing that?
Why are we doing that?
Went down a dark hole.
My tree's going up tomorrow. Justin, what are you doing today for Halloween?
I think I'm gonna watch the Midnight Mass show you guys talked about. I think I'm gonna delve into that. I haven't watched that yet.
It's a really good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that on Monday. I think. What are you doing, Dan?
I'm gonna finish off Squid Games and then I'll be sad. So then I'll watch some of my favorite movies.
Nice
for this time, probably The Beyond.
That's a good one.
And I don't know, probably something Argento. It'll be good.
Mike, what do you got planned for the rest of Halloween today?
I'm about to go watch Last Night in Soho at the theater. So
let me know how that is. Yeah. I'm really excited to see that.
I just figured I'd jump on here really quick and just be a skull. I guess.
Be a skull for a minute.
I love
cool.
the skull.
It's very nice.
Just be a skull from.
Yeah, sometimes I like to just be a skull. I totally understand that.
Cool. From one ape man to one skull.
Today I am moving it up.
Oh, can I say?
Sorry, Mike.
I watched something this morning that I think, Dan, you might like. Have you heard of it called The Spine of Night?
No.
It is a rotoscoped fantasy ultra-violence epic along the lines of like Fire and Ice from Batsy.
Oh, neat.
And it features Richard E. Grant, Lucy Lawless, Joe Manganiello, and Patton Oswalt.
All right.
Okay. The Spine of Night?
The Spine of Night.
Okay.
It's like heavy metal meets Bakshi meets,
I like it. Already.
Nice. You had me at Patton Oswalt, but
you had me at rotoscopes.
Today,
yeah, me too.
Kylie and I each pick a movie, and then we put a movie we both wanted to watch in the middle. So I want to watch Halloween Kills today because I haven't seen it yet. She wants to watch the new Paranormal Activity, which is streaming today on the Paramount Network, and then we're gonna watch Child's Play.
Nice.
We'll see how Paranoid Activity.
I'm gonna play New Age of Empires 4. I was a sucker and paid the full amount for that because I'm excited for Age of Empires.
Nice.
I can't do all that horror. Like it'll give me nightmares, and then like I'm experiencing this scary shit for like extra hours. Like I can't even control. I don't want.
But nightmares are just extra horror movies. It's great.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's terrible.
It's the after credit scene.
Yeah.
It's awful. Like I don't know why people sign up for this stuff. Like I can't do it. Like I'd rather sleep easy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'd rather sleep easy
because it proves you've got stones if you can handle it.
Not really. It's just
I don't know.
I'd rather have nightmares than have a dream that I'm mad at somebody. Because if I have a dream that I'm mad at somebody, that shit lasts the whole day the next day. Like I'm just anxiety filled.
Every girlfriend I've ever had has had the same.
I have hatred for somebody that I don't even hate like at all. Like we get along fine. Like I don't understand. I'm tired of yelling in my dreams. And Estelle better get away from me.
Because you don't yell in your real life.
I don't yell in my real life.
Exactly. See, it's
internally
you're like, I need to scream.
Yeah. Yes.
It's an exit valve.
That's fair.
I watched the Dave Chappelle Netflix special, the new one.
Was it good? Already? Did you like it? I haven't seen it.
I dig it a lot. It goes into like his whole beef with like the LGBTQ community. Like it really gives his perspective on it, and I think a lot of people jump to hate it like just because he talks about it, and like they can be like, oh, he's so mean, but like if you actually watch the thing, it's not like what they're saying it is. Like he does like. It is controversial in the way that he talks about it. So, like, if that's the conversation you want to have, like, we can have that conversation. But it's like people are just like, oh, he bashes on LGBTQ people. Like, that's not what he does. Like, it's different from that. Like, it's okay for you to have a problem with it, but the problem that you're saying you have with it is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the problem I have with like the big controversy of it. But, like, if you actually watched it, like. Come talk to me about why you think it's controversial.
That's what he said. He said, I'll talk to anybody that wants to have a conversation with me as long as they've watched the whole special.
Yeah. It's really I liked it. But again, like it's
he's a millionaire, he's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah. But again, like if you want to discuss I watch it and let me know what you think. It's like if you want to discuss it, like that's fine, and I understand not liking it, but like the 100% easy way people cop to not liking it is not why they shouldn't like it. So like I don't know, actually watch it and think about it. Like how you feel about it is all I'm saying. Like that's.
I think that's a good rule for anything. You should always, if you see a soundbite online about something that gets you raged out. At least sit down and watch the entire context of the conversation. I haven't seen the Chappelle show, so I have no comment either way. But I've noticed this a lot. Everything is about context. And when they play a clip on the television, all they're trying to do is get you riled up.
Well, yeah, it's like they'll just take a clip of the most outrageous thing he says, and it's like in the middle of a joke that like that's. That's what it's like. So yeah, and anyway, like it's definitely worth. I feel like it's worth sitting down and watching. Like, and it's not
stand still, troll.
It's so funny to watch him just like do a backflip because I'm turning my shoulders.
As far as like Dave Chappelle concerts go, I don't think it's his funniest, but it is something whatever to like fucking talk about. Like it's still good. It's still funny, but it's like as far as Dave Chappelle goes,
this is his last Netflix special, right?
Yeah, this is like the last contractual.
The most recent one, yeah.
Where would you rank all of them? Do you know? Do you have a thought?
As far as Dave Chappelle, like
just Dave Chappelle specials on Netflix.
I wouldn't rate any of these Netflix specials in the top, but like as far as just the Netflix specials,
yeah.
This is probably like the third best one.
There was only 3, right?
Out of 3?
Yeah.
No, I thought there was like
was 4? Is there 4?
Like,
how many are there?
He did a 10-minute one when pandemic started.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like 3. I don't know how many there are, but
somewhere in the third, fourth.
I feel like a lot of it. I feel like a lot of it is him pleading with people. Like this whole thing was because like he caught a bad rap or something, and he kind of feels bad about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's his. Like he makes it funny, and it's his perspective. But like like when he's just making jokes to make a joke like that, I feel like it's funnier. I like his silly stuff. So yeah, like that's all I'm saying. It's like it's a bit of a thing, like him distinctly talking about this thing, but like in a comedian's way, but that's all fucking. But it was good.
Cool.
I like Dave Chappelle.
I'm glad you liked it.
The closer. This is his last one contractually. So, but he loves Netflix and they love him.
Yeah.
So I don't see why, if he wants to make more, or if he wants to do more comedy, like they wouldn't be like, yes, here, do more comedy on our thing.
He made what, $40 million off all these? Isn't that the thing? Like a lot.
Yeah, like I said, he's fine.
Yeah.
How is Sandler have more like contracted things with them than Chappelle does?
Because
Sandler's
loved
cheap
and loved. People love his stuff.
Well, people love Dave Chappelle too.
I don't understand that, but okay.
I mean, that's fair, but he is.
Because these are brand names.
Well,
it's
a production company, right? Happy Madison's pumping out a bunch of movies.
Yeah. You're going to be like, oh, I know that name. I know that production company. Oh, maybe I will see something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, you might as well just put it under a different, like HBO Max has all the little categories. It'd be like Adam Sandler's fart and dick jokes.
It's like 83 hours of content.
Yeah.
Well, then no one will search it out if it's that specific. You got to be like, hey, pay attention on the front page here.
I think, to Max's point, I think anything Dave Chappelle wants to do, Netflix will be like, yeah, we'll do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Here's some money.
But so I don't feel like he's got any problems because they definitely back him up, and then like they've done a lot, I think, for Dave Chappelle, which is cool. And it's like you don't see a company just trying to be cool a lot, so like that's fine with me. Like I'm not gonna fucking harp on him for like buying the dude's shit out and then giving it to him. Like that's.
They did fire some LGBTQ people who criticized it, so that's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
And the way they pay their series directors is also kind of shitty.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a lot of problems. Again, there's a lot of problems to actually talk about. Like and
yeah,
like people,
but hey,
yeah.
Here's Sandler on the front page. Don't talk about it.
Yeah. Fart and dick jokes.
Hey, Cowboy Bebop's coming up soon. Let's release that trailer right when shit was getting hot.
That's just good marketing.
What's Squid Game's director? Who?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting some bad press. Give him some more Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean,
they're simpletons. They'll eat it up.
Yeah, just jettison. Sometimes you got to jettison the cargo and like just hope for the best. Like I'm getting out of here. Dump everything.
Well, everybody, we have our friend Samantha Gaton coming on. We're going to talk some true crime with her. Then we're going to get into our top 5 horror movies, and we're all interpreting that statement in our own ways. So we'll see what kind of list each of us pop out. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Check out this performance from Samantha from the summer, and we will see you guys on the other side.
Hi everyone, my name is Samantha Gaton. Tonight I'm going to be playing my original song Underwater for you. And hello to the Milby family. I hope that you guys are doing all right, and I hope that you all love this song. Thanks for having me tonight.
Lost and in the dark, another day, another scar. You had me outnumbered, had me thinking I was floating, didn't know that I was drifting away. No, yeah, you put me in the water, didn't tell me you were out in the way. Crashing down, I hadn't figured it all out. I was underwater. So when I washed up on shore with nothing left of you or yours, finally free from you. Voice, I had my sound, never afraid of speaking out till my words were taken. And I couldn't find my way, stuck in a maze with no escape, that was always changing. Oh, had me thinking I was dreaming, didn't know that I was wide awake. Yeah, you put me through the ringer, didn't tell you I was feeling the pain. So when the waves came crashing down, I hadn't figured it all out. I was underwater. So when I washed up on the shore with nothing left of you or yours, finally free from you. Had me thinking I was floating, didn't know that I was drifting away. Yeah, you put me in the water, didn't tell me you were out in the way. So when the waves came crashing down, I hadn't figured it all out. I was underwater. And when I washed up on the shore with nothing left of you or yours, finally free from you. Oh, so when the waves came crashing down, I hadn't figured it all out. I was underwater. So when I washed up on the shore with nothing left of you or yours, finally free from you. Thank you so much. I hope y'all have a great night. Please.
Hello, citizens. I'm Burt Ward, Robin from the TV series Batman, and you're listening and watching the Three Geeks podcast, and it is fantastic. Wowie zowie. To the Batmobile.
I love Burt Ward. That guy's awesome.
Yeah, he's great. Burt Ward's awesome.
Hey, Justin, show us some of those dance moves.
I literally can't. I was on my knees and like behind me.
Oh, I bet.
I was. Because my webcam can't get my whole body. there's a lot of arm movements that I definitely can show you. Hang on, I gotta put my headset down.
All right, let's see this. I want to see these dance moves.
Well, isn't it good?
Oh.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh,
it's
God.
Real weird with my body.
Get it, girl, get it,
nah.
get it, girl.
I like how the body stretches.
Yeah. Oh my!
Terrifying now.
Your stomach is distended, sir. You might want to go to a doctor.
Yeah, now you're doing a belly dance.
Oh man, the eyes get me. The eyes are hilarious. I can't wait to be animated. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah. All right, but this is an audio show, so I got to make sure to keep talking because they can't see Justin dancing. Oh man. So yeah, we got just a second, and there she is.
Hooray!
Nice. Did you come as a football player?
I came as Patriots, Rob Gronkowski.
Oh, Gronk, what's up?
But more specifically, like the Patriots, I'm still a little mad about that, but it's okay.
The generic Patriot.
Gronk, when are you gonna get back on the field? We've been missing you. That's a really good outfit.
Thank you. How are you guys today?
We're doing great.
Good.
So we're gonna talk some true crime with you. And
yes.
My question for you is, what is your favorite true crime case? Which is the one that's fascinated you the most? Tiger King, of course, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Hands down.
Oh,
the one I think that has always fascinated me time and time again. I feel like this is gonna sound really generic too, but it's like Ted Bundy. I don't know what it is about his case, but just the fact of like the multiple states and the police putting it together, and how he was just kind of one of the first serial killers that people even idolized in a way, like all the girls that would go to his court cases and things like that. It's just such an interesting case because it's like the people he would potentially victimize like went to his court proceedings and were like, oh my God, Ted, you know what I mean? Like, and I've listened to a lot of podcasts and watched a lot of like movies about Ted. It's just very interesting to me.
What are your two true crime podcasts?
I really love Morbid. Okay. They're from Massachusetts, actually. Sorry.
That's all good. That's a good name. That's a good name.
Yeah.
No, they're really funny. They do a good job of telling all the details and going into the psychology of everyone they talk about, but also they lighten it up with a little bit of humor and a little bit of banter here and there. And then my dad listens to Crime Junkie a good bit, so I've listened to Crime Junkie with him, and I've liked that as well.
Did you ever listen to Dr. Death?
No, I haven't.
Did you watch the show? Do you know the story though, Dr. Dunch?
I think so.
This guy who got away with doing so much horrible things to people, doing spinal surgeries and so forth.
Yes.
And instead of the hospitals, telling the other hospitals about this, they didn't want anything to come on their hospital, so they gave him a glowing recommendation. He just kept going from hospital to hospital.
Oh my gosh!
Until Alec Baldwin and Christian Slater put a stop to it. Not in real life. Not in real life.
I was like, that might not be the best thing to say right now.
Yeah, really.
True crime. This all happened exactly as you said it. Alec Baldwin and Christian Slater formed a detective agency.
Yes,
because they both couldn't get work as actors at the time, and they solved the crime of this killer surgeon.
They formed the Pinkertons and also caught H.H. Holmes. So
yes.
You see?
Wait, actually, I just listened to a podcast and Pinkerton Security was involved. It was on Morbid, and it was like a mini episode about this woman who had survived an assault. And the guy who did it was actually the Pinkerton security guard that was working at her apartment that night. He left her apartment and then came back, knocked on the door and was like, hey, security, like I saw a scary guy leaving your apartment. Are you okay? And the 911 operator's like, don't open the door. Like, don't open the door. We haven't told your apartment that this has happened yet. Like,
oh man.
Oh my gosh. It's just like so crazy. Like how split second decisions could make or break.
Was it your fascination with true crime that made you want to be a lawyer?
Yes, at first. I've always watched like from Scooby-Doo to NCIS, to Criminal Minds,
Scooby-Doo.
I was Scooby-Doo yesterday.
All right.
Samantha has one Scooby-Doo fan to the other. On HBO Max, there's a new Scooby-Doo series called Scooby-Doo and Guess Who? It is amazing. The episode I watched yesterday had Wanda Sykes in it for some reason, playing Wanda Sykes, and it was awesome. Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Wanda Sykes playing Wanda Sykes.
The Guess Who is because they bring a big celebrity on each episode to help them with the case. So check it out. It's awesome.
Oh, there's also a Supernatural episode. I don't know if you guys like Supernatural. Wait, we already talked about that. Yes. And they go into the cartoon world of Scooby-Doo, Dean and Sam, and then like Castiel comes in and he's
dug that one. Yeah.
It's really good. It's a good episode. But I've wanted to go to law school for human rights law for a while. I'm deciding now between music and entertainment law and human rights law. I'm hoping I can find a way to do both, just to kind of like have both of my passions, be working towards both of those. But I really want to go into like anti-human trafficking legislation. That's what I want to do. Yeah.
Wow, you should be a singing lawyer.
That would be fun.
I object.
But then we'll never get the court case where you've got somebody on the stand and you rip off the mask on their face. It's like, here's old man Jenkins all along.
I would love to see Rob Gronkowski, the singing lawyer in the show.
Oh my god!
I'm 100% down for
you
that.
Spike the ball every time you get a win.
He's got to have the nickname of the hammer, though.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna so many hats. I have my Scooby ears over there. I could go just be Scooby Rob Gronkowski.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I'm 100% down for this.
Is there an unsolved case that you would like to be able to be involved in? Like, is there like an unsolved case that you're kind of like obsessed with? Because I know there's a few that I like to watch everything I can find on it.
This is when you watch too much television.
Yes.
This is from 2005, but it was the first like real case that I was like, "Hey, Mom, like, what's this about?" It was Natalie Holloway. I think they have gotten closer to solving it. I think they might have solved it by now. But growing up, that case fascinated me because it was a young girl who had gone missing and just like pretty much disappeared. Some people thought that she was in the ocean. Some people thought that she was still alive. And then they kept bringing like the same guy in, right, for questioning, and just it seemed to not move. But it's interesting now because everyone is talking about Gabby Petito and what happened to her, and they just found the fiance's body. I've been following that one too because it's like all over social media. But I'm glad that case is bringing to light like other missing people's cases. So hopefully we can all pay more attention to the crimes that need to be solved. I honestly have really studied like the big name like serial killers more than other crimes, and of course human trafficking. But those are two that I think hit closer to home just because I am like a 20-year-old young woman. And that's just scary to think about. You never know. You just never know. Also, Ted Bundy likes girls with long brown hair parted in the middle. I just started parting my hair in the middle, and I listened to a podcast like that.
So would you go? Are you not one of the? Would you go to the court right now? I'm just what ladies. If this court case is on right now, like, would you go and check it out? Like,
I would go just to hear what the judge said to him in person because that judge was spicy, and I really appreciated. Like, I love when judges do that when they like really just add salt to the sentence and then
you know what? Also, fuck yourself. Have a nice day. No, somebody that deserves it. Like that dude is obviously a monster. So it's like whatever you throw at him, like he's kind of got coming.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta ask you, Sam, because I've been a super big fan of Law and Order.
Sorry, oh my gosh.
Oh, unprofessional.
Called me.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
Listen, I'm a troll right now, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Troll right
now. we just solved the mystery of that mysterious noise Dan makes with his pen.
Yeah, hey, I threw the pen across the room, and it's no longer here now. Finish my list. We're good.
Sam, have you been watching Organized Crime, Law and Order, or SVU this year?
Not this year. I actually just went back to Hulu and I've been watching Law and Order from season 1 like all the way through.
Oh man.
I want to watch the original Law and Order, but they only have season like 13 to recent, which those are fine. But I'm a completionist. I want to watch them in freaking order.
That's how I feel.
But Organized Crime.
That's a lot of Law and Order.
That's incredible. The original was my jam, though. It was so good.
I mean, that to me is like One Piece. Like they're like, go ahead and start One Piece from the beginning and watch it all the way through right now. Like that's what is the same thing as watch all of the Law and Order. Like wow. Like good on you if you can do it. Like I could not do that. Is too much Law and Order.
I'm about to graduate, so I'll have some free time. So maybe.
I mean, and let us know how it goes for real, because like I am impressed. Like if you want to sit down and watch the entirety of Law and Order all at once, oh my god, like that's you can write a thesis on that.
Yes. But anyway, Organized Crime season 2 and SVU are pretty much like this, and they're dealing with human trafficking right now. So Organized Crime, Stabler's back, and he's in charge of an organized crime task force. And so he's undercover with like some kind of mob that's in New York, and it's got Vinny Jones in it, which he's a fantastic actor.
I love Vinny Jones.
Yeah. What's great is because it's human trafficking. When they get to the point of the case, then it turns into an SVU episode. So like Law and Order, Organized Crime, and SVU have been very serialized this year. Yeah, and it's been amazing. Like I told Max this, it's hard for me to say that Criminal Minds is a great show, but if Criminal Minds was one case over a season, it would be a great show, because I think they have some of the best actors and writers, and whenever they do multiple episodes. So yeah, I'm all in on Law and Order right now because they're telling a more full story. I don't feel like I'm getting the same thing every week. So you should check out Organized Crime. Season 2 is better than 1.
I absolutely will.
But
I feel like a lot of shows pick up in their second season.
I can't believe you didn't know Stabler was back.
I've heard, but I've been watching Criminal Minds, so I was like, I gotta get through one before I jump.
There's so many SVU criminal shows. Like I don't blame you at all for.
I just finished Criminal Minds.
One thing. It's so much. Like,
I don't know who these people are.
My heart's
Law and Order, yeah. and you know, I'm not even knocking Law and Order. I'm just like,
no,
good just a lot. Change.
Yeah, no, like with Criminal Minds and with Supernatural, I'm finally on the last season of each one. I can't bring myself to finish it. I was like 8 years old. Like, how am I supposed to just like? I don't know. My heart's gonna be like broken.
I feel you.
There's Stephen King at the end of the Gunslinger.
Oh, the Dark Tower.
Right. The Dark Tower. Yeah. He kind of does that thing where he's like, okay, look, this right here is the happiest ending that you could possibly have. And if you stop here, like, that's fine. Like, the book ends happy, and you don't have to read what actually happens.
Nice.
He gives you that opportunity, you know what I'm saying?
To bow out. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, hey, if you want it to be a happy ending, I gave it to you. You can't say I didn't give it to you. And then, like, so I 100% understand that. But, you know, if it's holding you up from watching something else, though, you kind of,
yeah, I know. It's kind of like stuff.
You know, I was really into Family Ties a few years back. Like, I watched everything.
Was that years ago? I feel like that was yesterday.
Yeah.
It was last year.
Matlock and
it was last year. But anyway,
okay. All right. Sorry. I
and that kids' high school Saturday morning show and that.
I have shut up. I like Saved by the Bell. I have
that one.
I have 4 episodes left of Family Ties, and I can't bring myself to finish it because then it's over. And I want it to be over yet.
Well, they could give you a Newhart ending where it was just a dream, you know.
I'll take that.
It was only a dream.
No, the ending of Schitt's Creek. I watched that show in like 2 weeks. It's hysterical.
I have not started watching that show. I want to.
It's kind of like The Office, where like it takes the first couple of seasons to really find its groove, but you kind of have to watch it to get the whole story. You know, my dad and I watched the ending of Schitt's Creek together, and the last episode we were both just like, "Oh my god!" Because the characters are so like perfectly ridiculous, like, and you know, they're just amazing. My roommate does a really good Moira impression.
Is it a lot like
Arrested Development?
Yes. Is that kind of like the sort of?
Yeah,
There's always money in the banana stand.
Parks and Development. All those shows like are kind of in the same.
Okay.
I've never really seen Arrested Development though.
Okay. Well, I mean,
That's fair.
Arrested Development's alright. I've only heard. Obviously, it won like every award there was to be won when it went to the whatever's like. So obviously, a lot of people think it's good. I just need to watch it. Like I haven't seen it.
Yeah, season one of The Office like teaches you how to watch all the other seasons of The Office. Like you've got to learn this style of humor that wasn't super popular then. But back to the true crime thing. Why do you think it's popular? Like, why are we all obsessed with it? Because people died, and we're getting entertainment out of it.
Yeah, whenever I hit play on another podcast, I'm like, I feel like a horrible person right now. But as someone who studies another crime, there is a fascination with it, with the darkness, with why it happens, with the psychology behind it. But I think it's also because we hope for the happy ending where like the crime gets solved or the family gets closure or the missing person comes home. So
how often does that happen?
Not very often.
No.
Very sad.
I don't watch them.
I think it's just also important. Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, it's taught me, okay, like make sure your windows are locked, like make sure your doors are locked.
It's a cautionary tale at this point.
She's got 11 guns in her house.
Do you need someone to write a story about Hannibal Lecter when like Ted Bundy like is right here? You know, it's like at some point, like it's just like in the entertainment part of it, you know, is like the same thing as watching any other weird thing that you might watch. You know, like. People are terrible to each other. Like, at best, it's a cautionary tale. Like, okay, like I see how people have done in the past, so I'm not getting caught that way. But you know, it's also like it's all so messed up. Like life is stranger than fiction. Mm-hmm. Like, how do they get away with all this stuff? Like what were they doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you sleep next to this person? And it's it's like all these weird stories of people who just did this heinous stuff for years, and people let it happen. And you know, like, so I feel like that's an aspect of it too, where it's just like this really happened, and it's so strange that somebody could have wrote this, and you know, like it would make a totally like he would be a totally evil villain, over the top evil villain in any book. Like he does terrible things and gets away with it. So it's like there's that whole thing.
Like when I went into college, I remember thinking like, I've grown up with the same 75 people since I was in nursery school. And like, it was a very small town, knew everyone. Like, you know, you'd go to Target and you'd see like your teacher, your friend's mom, and maybe like another teacher, you know, you just see a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. And when I went to college, I was like, how am I going to figure out the people, not necessarily like everyone's like a serial killer, but even just people that I want to associate with, people that I feel like I can
you can trust and be safe.
Yeah. How do you find that safety in new environments, especially when now like there's so many just like dark things, and there have been, but I feel like it was really the 1960s, 1970s where this fascination with serial killers and like a whole group of serial killers just kind of was unleashed into the world, you know. And then there's the whole nature versus nurture part of it, which I think is fascinating, you know, with listening to how like Ted Bundy grew up. It's like, did he really have a chance to be a normal kid? But then also he's just so inherently evil, like the things that he did. Can you really like instill that in someone, or were they just born with it?
Yeah. Like, sometimes, you know, it's just like this dude like has nothing. There's nothing wrong. There's no sign of why like this person would be this person, and they just do terrible things. Yeah, they just do terrible things. Like how is that possible? What's going on? Like that's all very interesting. Yeah. Like, it's all worth like exploring and listening to, because it's all real tales. Like again, at best, these are cautionary tales. Like
it's wild.
Lock your windows. Like that's it.
In a big number of like, you know, the serial killer cases, you know, they go back and they find, you know, there was some kind of child abuse done to them and stuff. But then there's a slim margin that didn't.
Yeah,
and that's the interesting one. Right?
Very loving.
Like, that's
it's like like 10 out of 10 other people experience this childhood or whatever, and are totally fine, like bankers or something. Like,
yeah.
He's the one dentist.
And that's not an excuse for. I mean, of course, there's people who have gone through that and have gone on to do great things. There's this one case I listened to on Friday. I was driving back to Charleston from a Harry Styles concert. It was fabulous. But I was in.
Hold on. Let's backtrack. Did you enjoy the concert?
Oh my God!
Is that the one you went to?
I didn't go to the same one. We talked about it.
Wait, that's right.
I went to the one in Tennessee. You know what? As somebody
Jason is a huge Harry Styles fan.
Yeah,
big Harry Styles fan.
I don't mind Harry Styles. When we get to see it, I expected a pop show, and he's got a lot more of a classic rock sound than a pop sound.
Yeah.
And I really dug that. I think he's fine. Like if I didn't have all the screaming teenagers there, I probably would have enjoyed the live show a lot more.
I like
his target audience
down the stage and talks to everyone. Sorry, I've been in love with this man for like 12 years, so you just like be patient with me. But yes, it was excellent. But on my way back, I was listening to this podcast about this girl named Jasmine Richardson. I think that's her name. She was 12 years old. Ended up having she was a part of the goth community, which is totally fine, totally fine. But she met someone in her community who was 23, I think, and they started dating. And he was convinced that he was a 300-year-old werewolf. Ended up killing her entire family.
Yeah.
And they just exchanged so many emails, and he posted on all these different websites, and they're basically incriminating themselves. But it was just such a crazy case of this just 12-year-old girl, and then how you get sucked into all this, craziness. Not that there's anything wrong with being goth. I had my time in that community. I enjoyed it very much. But,
were you a 300-year-old werewolf too?
Yeah. That's funny because I just watched a YouTube video about this girl who was 14 that got into this weird vampire cult in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
and the same shit happened.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, and they brought up Vampire the Masquerade, and I was like, oh god.
The internet it's added an element to true crime that wasn't there before. Just what you can see, who you can reach out to, the communities that you can find. Sometimes it's not good.
And I feel
that Slenderman murder thing was those girls stabbed that girl in the woods. I just thought about that too. Where they
Skylar Neese.
Yeah, I don't know the names, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's also interesting where it's there's some people who are just for a hobby, independent researchers, this one case will entice them or whatever, and they're like, okay, well, I just did all the research about the case because all the records are there. And so I feel like there's a weird niche of people who are just they'll get hooked on this one thing and then go through the public records of it. And then it's oh wow, look how weird this was, for whatever reason, and that's really interesting too, where it's just a lot of people just with the internet, and the availability of everything have been able to just become a small researcher over whatever subject.
That used to be. Oh, sorry. Go.
Go ahead.
It used to be like you call them nut jobs because they were all about the Kennedy assassination and stuff. But now that we have we have half the world's documents at our fingertips now, so it's perfectly fine.
Any kind of community for anything.
Yeah.
Good or for bad.
Do you guys think when the community or the internet, TikTok has huge true crime theories, and then I scroll through it and I'm like, oh my god, this is a lot. But do you think that helps or hurts? Because I think it can do both. It just depends on the situation.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like it's a double-edged sword that people don't realize that they're wielding. And it's when you run around like a lightsaber. If you're not a Jedi Knight, you don't understand that a lightsaber cuts everything. You can't wave it around like a regular sword. That's the difference.
TikTok was having
what a wonderful analogy. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. TikTok is the place that you go to find out why you don't do what they tell you to do on the plane when it's crashing. So it's probably not the best place for these.
Again, and it's people use it for how much of this stuff is actually true. If you make a good enough sounding thing. Like again, this is where the life is stranger than fiction thing. It's like you don't know if it really happened or not, or like if somebody just made this all up to make something on TikTok. It's like or what, or they're
Earth is flat.
Like, hey,
TikTok community.
Don't breathe the oxygen when they drop it in the air when the airplane is crashing. There's dangerous things that are done with this thing, that are easily spread bad ways of thinking, but also it can be good. Like there's some people who just truly use it to
disseminate good information. An easy way to do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few TikToks. I downloaded it during quarantine, and I didn't think that I'd still have it, but I still have it, and now I have singing taped on there too. So I spent a good amount of time on TikTok these days.
I love TikTok. There's a look up puppy bouncing in a box. It's my favorite thing. There's
so much stuff.
It's on TikTok. I'm 100% copying to it. I'm not hating on it at all because I'm on there too. I'm on there watching too.
There's a lot of misinformation on there though, for sure, especially with human trafficking. There's a lot of videos where people are like, "Oh my god, this got put on my car. That means a human trafficker is going to slash my ankles and kidnap me." Yeah. And that makes me upset because it's already so difficult to raise awareness for that crime, but that's not necessarily associated with human trafficking, and that's not the most common way for someone to victimize somebody. And it just knowing that and having researched it for so long, I always text my old bosses that I used to work with, and I'm like, hey, is this actually trafficking, or is this more maybe gang activity, or more just a random criminal crime? It's just crazy how much misinformation can be spread about true crime and things like that.
Yeah, that's all social media, right? And just TikTok, just rampant across all formats.
Yeah, not to shit on TikTok. I really love it.
You can shit on TikTok. You can shit on anything you want.
It can be something fun and useful. It can be, or it can be something that you use that actually messes up people's vision of things. It's nobody understands exactly how powerful they are.
Yeah,
in that, or they don't care. That's the other thing. It's if you do know, then you wouldn't make a thing that exploits it in this way. There's a good way to do things and there's a bad way to do things.
We can turn that around and have no guilt true crime where we just make up true crime with fake names and stuff, and then they all get caught at the end, and it'll be fine.
And no one was. It's like the Grinch Stole Christmas, true crime fan fiction. And all the Whovilles came out, and they arrested this villain.
There you go. See, and then I won't feel bad about victims because they don't actually exist.
I watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas right up until he gets the last toy, and then I just stop. That's the perfect ending for me. I'm he got away with it. He did it. He ruined Christmas, and he got away. That. I love How the Grinch Stole Christmas. To right then, that's it for me.
I'm also making how the Grinch stole Thanksgiving. So
no,
you just taking turkeys from people's houses.
Give me that.
Another thing about true crime, though, that I think can be used for good is in all the podcasts and the case studies, you see the names of the victims, and I think that that's a really good way to say, hey, these people and these families were afflicted by this, and I don't know. I think it's important to always talk about the victims as well instead of just the crime, because they deserve to have their stories told. And I think that the podcasts that I listen to, at the very least, do a really, really good job of highlighting them and how they were seen by their friends and family and things like that. So, yeah, I just thought of that while we were talking.
It's an important topic.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I watched two YouTube ones, That Chapter and Coffee House Crime, and they both do a pretty good job of humanizing the victims and everything.
Yes. Yeah, I think because I get very caught up in the details of the case and what has been done, and sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, that this actually happened. The Boston Strangler, he murdered somebody 2 blocks from where I used to live in Boston.
Oh, jeez.
It's just crazy. I mean, of course, it was a few decades before I lived there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, that's so scary, and there was this case I listened to maybe 2 days ago. Maybe it was yesterday, but it was about this Lululemon store, and there was a murder in the Lululemon store, and one girl survived and one girl did not, and the girl who survived ended up having done it, but just made it look like she was also a victim. And the cops were like,
yeah, so they're like, okay, so you thought all this out, and then you thought to like try to pass this off as, you know, like, what is wrong with that person? You know, like,
that's what those are a pair of yoga pants. This girl murdered another human being with a pair of yoga pants.
And that's like amazingly premeditated at that point.
Yeah.
So
it
was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like you definitely knew that you did something wrong and you're trying to get away with it. Like
you're planning something wrong for a little bit.
I mean, I get it. Yoga pants are great, but I would never, you know, like.
Right, I mean, like there's gonna be
imagine
more
Black Friday if that was the norm.
Yes,
I wanted that thing.
I don't go out on Black Friday. I went once to Best Buy when I was like 8 with my cousins, and that was it for me. I was like, no.
I feel like it's tamed. It's tamed itself since like the you know the good old days of Black Friday.
Stampeding.
The knuckle busting hockey days.
Remember what was it, Tickle Me Elmo? People were dying over Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah,
they were gang violence over Tickle Me Elmo.
Dude, there was mob activity over some Tickle Me Elmos. Like a lot of people went missing over some Tickle Me Elmos
and Furbies.
Yeah,
Furbies are big.
And what, you know what I'm saying? It's like over this stupid crap, like toys, children's toys.
Way before that, it was Cabbage Patch dolls.
Trampled and killed over children's toys. Explain that murder mystery. Like, if you step foot on a person who got trampled to death, like, does that make you an acclice?
Yes,
sudden, you know,
at least your shoe.
At least your shoe.
Right? Like
shoes don't have rights, Justin.
What about socks?
Maybe.
You have to explain these things to Justin.
We'll get back to that.
Listen, I appreciate that though.
It's ridiculous. Like over a child's toy.
Yeah.
Terrible.
All right, everybody, we're going to do top 5 horror movies.
The transition of the year.
Built this in a cave.
First, I got 2 things. One, happy birthday and rest in peace to Mr. John Candy. Today would have been his birthday. One of our favorite actors on this show. And secondly, Justin and I are releasing an interview tomorrow. We talked to the visual effects guy for Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. He's done a lot of Hallmark movies. Yeah, what is it?
Oh man, that's probably where the juice is.
I want to see these Hallmark movies.
Right.
What's fascinating though, Max, is hearing what actually needs visual effects in those.
Yeah.
Like he's like, when people wear glasses, they have to go in and digitally fix all the eyes. Like,
okay.
Because you get what we have right now.
His movie coming out, Escape from Death Block 13. So go check that out when it comes out.
That sounds
fun. I think you really like it, Dan.
His lead actor, he set out to make a Charles Bronson-like film, and then he got this lead actor on accident. Like, it was all a coincidence that he found this guy. And he found this guy in another film he was watching, and he's like, this guy looks just like Charles Bronson. Like, I'm going to put him in my movie. And
The Mechanic, too.
It is. Like, seriously, Escape from Death Block 13. Check it out. Comes out very soon. Nice guy. Fascinating interview. He's got Bruce Campbell stories. He's got a Jean-Claude Van Damme story because he worked on Hard Target. And
yes, you brought that one up.
Yeah. Dustin.
That's right.
Why would you bring that up? Why would you bring that up? You know, Jason can't sit by and let a Jean-Claude Van Damme thing go by.
It's the first question to everybody.
Yeah, I was like, listen, I know you're doing a lot of big things coming up, but Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I heard you worked on that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, and what was he like?
Speaking of true crime it has inspired the horror films we like, as Max said. Hannibal Lecter, Norman Bates, Leatherface, they're all based on true stories.
They're all based on the same guy.
even Nightmare on Elm Street has elements of a true story mixed in with it. So we wouldn't have these films if not the basis of these horrible things that happen. And right now we're going to talk about our top 5 favorite horror films. We're going to do it. I'm leaving it up to everybody's interpretation of the question. I know Dan's got his own way of doing this. I
was told best kills last week.
Yeah,
so
no, that's
what I got.
That's fair. That's totally fine, though.
I'm doing top 5 horror films that I have not talked about a lot on the podcast. And, everybody can do it their own way. So I'm going to start with our guest. Samantha, what is your number 5?
Okay.
Shut up, Melody.
My number 5. I had no idea what kind of scary movies, but I think Jigsaw, the 2017 one when they're in the barn, because that was the first really gory horror movie that I had watched, and I was watching it with someone who was such a big fan of the Jigsaw and Saw movies. So I just enjoyed the way he was explaining it to me while I was watching it, because he was I don't remember, it was a couple years ago when I watched it, but I just remember being very fascinated by why is this happening, what brought the characters into the situation that they were in, and what made the evil guy choose to bring those people into that situation.
Have you seen the other Jigsaw movies?
I have seen a few of them, but I don't really remember.
I recommend the first one. The first one is a really good whodunit kind of thing, cop drama, and then the rest get a little bit more off scale. But no, I thought 2017 was definitely better than a lot of the sequels that we got for the original franchise.
They all have some kind of secret or something that they had done to bring them to the barn, and that's right. That's why I liked it. What has everyone done, and why are they here? And
because Jigsaw's philosophy is he wants people to appreciate life more. So he wants you to pass his games and his tests. Because he wants you to get out on the other side with a more of appreciation of life, like he did when he found out he had cancer. And
that's right. That's right.
Some of them are more impossible than others. Just wants to kill you. Being really hard to
my number 5 that I'm going to go with is a movie that we've probably talked about, but not enough people are watching this yet, and they really should be, and that's Trick or Treat. Seriously, people,
Trick or Treat's great.
Check out Trick or Treat. Sackboy is great.
Okay, so the Trick or Treat, the 2018 one? Is that
I think
right?
It's older than that, even.
It's
but
older than
that.
Okay, because there's also a 1984 movie called Trick or Treat with Ozzy Osbourne in it.
Not that one.
No.
which I would say never gets talked about enough. So watch both of them.
He's got it already.
It's got a great soundtrack by Fastway. Okay, so
I love the dude in that movie where he was just talking to his son about the Halloween traditions, and he goes around murdering folks and stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing.
This is from 2007. It's
okay. Oh wow,
it's becoming more. It's because it's becoming more popular over the last few years, but. You guys should check out this. There's only one. There's never a sequel. I don't think there needs to be a sequel. It's 5 different stories that come together at the end into one climax. So Trick or Treat, number 5. Check it out, please.
I'll have to watch that.
Max.
All right. So number 5, greatest horror. I'm just gonna go with Ernest Scared Stupid.
Hey,
nice.
Listen, I love you for it.
And this movie legit scared the crap out of me. It was even an Ernest movie, because you know what an Ernest movie is when you go into it, right? It doesn't matter what they call it. All Ernest movies are the same. But this one scared me. I don't know. I was a little kid when I watched it, but this one really got me. So this one always has a special place in my heart as one of the scariest movies of all time, just because it was one of the first movies I remember watching as a little kid and being afraid of.
I kept milk on deck for that movie. I was I gotta be ready.
Seriously, this movie was frightening. These trolls went around and turned kids into what? Chocolate? Was that chocolate?
No, it was pieces of wood. It was pieces of wood, and they put it in a tree.
Yeah. Chocolate children.
That
I don't know.
Crap out of me if I was.
Those are my cousins.
Yeah. So the number 5. There we go.
Oh, I am happy to announce that other people have started putting up the whole John Cena as Ernest thing, and now it's trending on TikTok.
As he ages, he looks a lot like
I get it, but it's just he could be his cousin or something.
Sure, 100%.
I don't want him to play Ernest. Ernest was Ernest. You don't need a jacked Ernest.
With small legs.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Unnecessary. Anyway, all right, sorry.
Dustin.
Good choice, Max. Good choice.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I think my number 5 is The Mist.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, the ending of The Mist really got to me, right? And I think even Stephen King was like, "Hey, that's how I should have ended the book."
I'm going to throw that on my number 4. So we'll just keep that one because The Mist is freaking awesome. The movie ending was I hate children, so when this dude
Jesus.
I hate the kid. I'm sorry, I can't help that I hate children.
He didn't deserve that.
I just try not to spend too much time around them. But this dude has to turn around and spoilers for this movie. Throw a spoiler alert.
Yeah,
if you've not seen The Mist, I'm sorry, but the way this movie ends.
There it is.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
When that picture gets shot.
Spoiler alert. Yes. Fucking this dude turns around, shoots his own son in the face. And then, 10 seconds later, the fucking army rolls by we're here to clean up the situation. It's all over.
I don't think I've ever heard someone giggle
when
they talk about that ending.
This movie should have won Comedy of the Year. Comedy of the Year.
Oh, Max.
It was robbed.
Oh, Max.
Funnier than The Notebook, this movie.
That movie is very good. The ending is very good. It packs a punch. And I wonder how many times Stephen King uses that phrase. That I should have used that ending. When he watches a movie.
Yeah.
But, it's also on Stephen King to write a book where it's wow, my choices are the monsters in this supermarket or the literal monsters outside. What's my easier go?
Right. I hated that overly religious woman or whatever.
Yeah,
cult
right.
You were supposed to.
Yeah.
But the way Stephen King writes, it's funnier. I was in what situation would you rather brave literal monsters outside versus staying with the people that you could
or the
possibly
human
stay
monster? With? And it took The Walking Dead 5 seasons to get to there.
So I love The Mist. Yeah, that's
okay. Yeah, I did movies with the best kills then. Nice. So number 5 is going to be Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Wood Chipper,
good movie.
The Wood Chipper is so good.
Good movie.
If you've never seen that, Samantha, you should see that.
I have not, but I will.
You'll love it.
Oh man,
it is a great comedy.
It's about these 2 hillbillies that inherit a house in the woods. And so they're out there, they're trying to fix it up. It's going to become their new vacation home. And then teenagers start accidentally dying all over their property.
Well, the teenagers see them as the enemy.
Yeah.
So this girl like falls out of a boat and hits her head on something. So the 2 redneck guys take her in and try to nurse her back to health. But her friends are like, oh my God, they kidnapped her. We got to get her back. And there's this part where they have a spear and he's running toward one of them and he ducks down and he flips into the wood chipper.
It's incredible. That was so shocking the first time I saw that.
It's so good though.
Yeah, so the teenagers think they're killing them even though they're killing themselves.
Yeah.
And the 2 guys are trying to find out why all these teenagers are committing suicide all over their property.
They think it's a suicide cult.
In terrible ways.
See, whenever there's a horror movie and there's any type of like a wood chipper or a chainsaw, I have to close because I just don't,
it's definitely.
I went to a haunted house 2 nights
Yeah.
ago, and I they they have the guys who chase you with the chainsaw. I'm that's the part that really gets me. It's just it's that little thought in your head of the small possibility that that could ugh, just.
I went to my first haunted house ever this year, and it was underwhelming.
It was underwhelming.
What do you mean?
Yeah, we went to Zombies Bay.
That's why.
Yeah. You only went through the actual zoo part, where the hippopotamus is dressed like a pumpkin and stuff.
So it was.
This is underwhelming.
And I was I wasn't even whelmed. I was definitely underwhelmed by there was. Actually, I will give him props. There was one dude who came out of a bush like we were not expecting him to come out of.
Very committed.
Like it was, and he 100% was about it, and that was cool. He got us really bad, like. That was fine. I appreciated that as far as like paying to be scared, but like it was super lame. Like I was like, wow, this is what people are getting all up in a tizzy about. Like one girl came out of like what had me gave me hope. Okay, like I'm a bad person. Hope. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm a bad person. But like the girl,
we got that with the missed children thing,
and he's gone. Hell no.
She came crying out of the there we go. That's the one to throw out there. Out of I'm waiting in line to go into the haunted house, right? And this little girl comes crying out of the haunted house, and she's bawling. Her mom's like, "It's okay." Like like they're just trying to scare you. So it's like I'm like, oh. There's something good in there, So like it made this little girl cry and run the other way. No, I never got that. Like there was
no. The one I went to yesterday Friday was like really scary. Only because there was this dude who had like the It Killer Clown makeup on, and I turned a corner and like I try so hard not to react because they follow you if you react. You know, like oh I got somebody, like let's go. This man came like 2 inches from my face, and I was like still rounding the corner, and I was like I don't know what to do. Like I don't know if I'm scared because like you're like in my face if we're like COVID's still here, or if like
COVID's still here.
You just start coughing randomly. Like, get away
close to me.
I was like, are we having a moment right now? I totally
I'm gonna be a lawyer soon. You're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, if he was cute under the makeup, I would have been fine with it. But...
You're gonna be hearing from me in about 6 years.
That's a very good meet cute. It's like, oh, how did he was working at the fucking haunted house,
and this is how the horror guy went.
Creeped me out, so we started dating.
And this is how the horror guy went from horror movies to Hallmark movies. You see?
That's why
a wholesome transition.
All right, Samantha, what's your 4?
That was a segue worthy of a drink.
All right, let me consult my notes. Okay. So I have, and please don't judge me, for number 4, Cabin in the Woods, because, the first time I watched it, I paused it and like didn't even get through half of it. I was like, I don't know if I can watch this movie. Like, didn't love it. And then I watched it again, and I was like, they're making fun of horror movies right now. Like, they have like the stereotypical people in a horror movie, and they're killing them off in the order that they're usually killed off in. And then the ending, I was just like, what the heck is this ending? But as soon as I realized it was more of like there was more thought behind the work and the film, I was like, oh, that's really cool. So that's why I've like grown an appreciation for that movie. Sure.
Cabin in the Woods is so smart, and it's funny how because they have every genre of horror film in that movie, because you get to see what's happening in Japan to try to keep this beast at bay, and what's happening in the woods, and it's one of the best written scripts in horror probably ever, and I love the merman.
Yes yeah, it blew my mind because I was like, wow, this is really well thought out, and it's very smart. Yeah, so
it's one of my favorite horror movies too. I really like it.
Yeah, they ended the world in the movie, so they never have to make a sequel.
Yeah, that's fair.
We can do a prequel. It'd be fine.
Well, we know what happened.
That's true. We do know what happened.
All right. Well, my number 4 is one of my favorite movies, and I cannot watch it alone to this day. This movie terrifies me, and that is The Strangers. Something about horror movies that could actually happen that scare me.
Yeah.
Not The Strangers 2, the first Stranger. Strangers 2 is not nearly as good, but that first film is fantastic, and I get just as scared watching it as I did at the time. It might be the movie that scared me the most, surprisingly, but it's a cringe watch. Have you seen it? Anybody?
I have not.
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't remember it very well. But yeah,
I like viewing it as a comedy because, I mean, it's got the scary setup and everything. But then the dude's hiding and he finally has a gun and he can go against the bad guys and he shoots his buddy. That just makes me laugh.
Isn't that the sequel?
Every time? No.
Is that the first Strangers?
Yeah.
Oh, I only remember her like being tormented. I don't remember the rest of them.
Yeah, because she's there with her husband, and they're estranged, and they're trying to work it out.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
my bad.
Yeah, but that part always makes me laugh because it's just I don't know.
Yeah, that is.
I'm also a bad person, Max.
You're not a bad person.
All right, we got Max.
Like, all you can do is just try to live your life pretty normal.
It's fine.
It's just a shame that these terrible things make you laugh. Like there's nothing that you can do about it. Like it's.
Oh my gosh. Can I go off topic for 5 seconds?
Sure.
Of course you can.
Okay, so it was my birthday, September 18th. I was in Atlanta, Georgia for Music Midtown, and my friends and I were all really hungover in the next morning, and we went to get a case of bottled water for the music festival. There is a 6-year-old girl and her dad in front of us on the escalator, and I was carrying the water bottles, and I was so overthinking stepping on the escalator that I actually stumbled a little bit, and I dropped the 24-pack of water bottles. I mean, it rolled so slowly, and the girl was not even directly in front of me. She was to the left on the escalator. She turned and I was oh my god, and it barely hit this little girl, and I felt horrible. But all my friends were laughing at me.
What are you doing throwing water at the little girl?
Oh my god!
Weighing children in the water.
Oh my god, the dad! I was I'm so sorry. He just picked her up and walked away. I was oh my god.
Have you read Gronk's new child book?
Right? Yes. I'm sorry I hit you with the water, little girl, by Rob Gronkowski.
Oh my god, but yeah, I mean it's funny now because she wasn't hurt at all, but I was mortified and everyone was just laughing. I was okay.
I mean, it must have been funny to watch the water go down the escalator.
It was
Don't go chasing waterfalls. TLC tried to tell us this.
It's this little girl's leg sticking out of a water thing, like the wish you went to the west there.
The girl didn't go chasing the waterfall, Justin. The waterfall just hit her.
I thought Samantha was chasing the waterfall.
Nice.
Oh my goodness!
Couldn't just let it happen.
Oh my goodness! That poor little girl that didn't even realize she was chasing the waterfall the whole time.
Justin,
she sees those packs of water bottles and just runs away.
Stick to the streams and
always carry 24 packs of water with help. But that's a 2-man lift. That's it. You just gotta have a buddy on that one.
You have to have a spotter for sure.
Yeah, sometimes situation's gonna happen and that water's gonna fall.
Rob Gronkowski has 11 brothers, so
right?
And they've all dropped water on little girls.
Yeah, Samantha just turned that little girl into one of the aliens from Signs. Justin, what's your number 4?
Number 4. I don't think I'm trying to pick stuff that again to Jason's point we didn't pick last year. I think The Others. I really enjoyed The Others. So it's a ghost story. I really enjoyed it because it's a fun twist, and as a kid I didn't see it coming. Where the people you follow the entire time are the ghosts rather than they're the ones haunting the family. It's a lot of fun.
You've ruined it for me now, Justin. Jeez.
I thought you already seen it. I just assumed.
Yeah, I have.
I saw you shake your head. So I was I feel
spoiler alert. What?
See?
It's from 2001. I don't feel bad. It's 20 years old.
It's only 20 years old, Justin. What are you thinking?
Yeah, that's fair. I'm a troll. Blame the troll.
No. I think 2 years is enough, man. But there's a critic that I follow that got slammed once for spoiling Top Gun, and that movie's been out way longer than.
What is there spoiling Top Gun?
Yeah. Are there anything to spoil in it?
Whoa, Justin!
No! Look what you did.
Man!
Let me tell you, the
spoiler troll.
Scene, that's what's up. That makes the whole movie it pivots off that point in Top Gun. So if somebody had that spoiled, I would understand, because I got to experience the volleyball scene without knowing that it was in there. So it makes total sense why somebody would be upset.
Either way, go watch The Others. It's a fun watch, even if you know the twist. It's a good time.
Yes. All right, Dan. What
there
is
it is.
Number 4?
Why do you have that on deck?
It always has a.
Don't ask questions, John.
It wasn't even the movie we're talking about.
It's from Cocktail.
It's from when we talked about Top Gun 2. Anyway,
sure it is.
Dan, what's your 4?
Okay. Movie called Tenebrae. It's a Dario Argento flick from I don't know, late 80s. It deals with an author who has a fan that's killing off like all these people that write negatively about his books and stuff. Spoiler alert.
That sounds fascinating.
Spoiler alert, Jason.
Come on.
He's trying to help you.
Come on, my man. There you go. Okay, but it turns out it's actually the author doing it. And there's this kill towards the end where he's talking with one of his aides, and he has an axe and he just hacks her arm off. And it looks so damn good that she's just like running around like and it's spraying all over the white walls. And it's a great kill in a flick. It's done very, very well. Also ends with a jump scare where he kills himself, but he actually fakes his own death, and then he gets killed again. so super spoilers. It's the whole movie. It's worth checking out. It's got Argento's usual artistic giallo thing going on there. It's good stuff.
Does it have any Argento cheese?
Maybe. I mean, he was kind of cheesy in his own way. Go watch Suspiria for that, though. Everything's lit in like blue and red.
Oh,
nice. All right, Sam, take us into number 3.
All right, numero tres. I will have to say it's The Conjuring. It's just I feel like it's one of those just traditional, scary, and like also the ghost hunting aspect of it with Lorraine and I think it's Ed, right? Ed and Lorraine.
Yeah. Yes.
I've watched it. I really I always watch it, and I always feel like I've never seen it before, even though I've watched it 100 times. You know, because I never remember when the jump scares are, and jump scares. Yeah, but it's a cool story, and I just really like it. So.
Yeah, no, that's a good. That always makes my list of like best horror movies because it leaves you with a lingering creepiness, and that's like the job of a horror movie, I think, or a good one. Absolutely, definitely belongs on the list. I think.
Wait, okay, I have a question that also might slightly be a spoiler alert. So,
okay.
Pre-spoiler.
Yay!
Professionalism.
Or the second Conjuring, where Ed is like, oh, it's in The Nun, or the one with the nun in it, where he's like dangling out the window and he's about to fall on the spiky thing.
That's the second Conjuring.
That's the second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That scares me every single time because I know what's going to happen, but just the fact that like there's that slight possibility, the suspense, I'm like, oh God, like I don't know, you know. But both movies are excellent. So
sweet.
Third one, not so much.
I haven't watched the second one. The first one creeped me out enough, and I'm like, all right, like you win, like you're creepy. I'm not ever watching you again. It's like I gotta be in a weird mood to watch that movie because like the lingering creepiness I'm not a fan of. Like good job, like congratulations, you did well, but like I can't watch a movie because you did well. Like it's. I'm a little scaredy cat. Like but yeah, The Conjuring's good. I agree. Like it definitely belongs up there. Like there's like weird creepiness about that movie. Like
I love the fact that you don't like horror, but you've seen a lot of like key horror movies, and I really appreciate.
Well, the good ones are worth watching, and like I'm not hating on it, like just because it's not.
I didn't say
like,
you were. Yeah, I didn't.
Like
he's watched the TV versions of them, Justin. Like
but like I just don't like being scared. So like when these movies actually scare me, I'm like, okay, great, good job. Like I'm out. Like, I don't want to be here.
All right.
Yeah. No, sorry.
My number 3 is I'm gonna cheat. It's the Fly franchise, the old, the new. I love those films, especially the one with Jeff Goldblum. If not even like the movie itself, just the imagery in that movie is terrifying, and it's directed by one of Max's favorite directors, Cronenberg. And
that guy is so weird.
The original Fly movies, they make me laugh because it's literally just like a little fly body with a guy's head attached to it in black and white, and that's
arm wrestling
is still awesome
every time.
They're great. No, they're great, but the one with Jeff Goldblum specifically is freaky and scary. And when Jeff Goldblum starts becoming the Fly, like just looking at the screen makes you just want to hide and behind your couch like I used to do when I watched Ghostbusters. You just, the Fly.
Arm wrestling scene though. Oh man.
Yes.
I realized I was getting a pedicure, and they had the first Ghostbusters movie on.
I love that movie.
And I've realized I've never sat and watched this movie all the way through. I've seen the whole movie.
Really?
But I've never seen it all at once. Yeah, I don't think I've ever sat down and watched this movie all the way through.
Oh. We should do that then. Let's do 1, 2.
I'm down. But I bet you for some weird reason we don't get all the way through it.
Let's watch them all right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
We should do that
for the release of the new one. Love her.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver's awesome.
Aliens.
Ghostbusters is such a good movie. Like, it's funny. It's like they do a lot of cool video tricks, and like they make some of this stuff look like pretty, good. Like, I don't know. Ghostbusters is legit.
Yeah, Ghostbusters is great.
Sorry,
Max, you're number 3.
Number 3, I'm gonna
Ghostbusters.
I'm gonna give it to The Thing. I'm gonna give it to The Thing.
Good call.
All right.
That's a really cool monster flick, and again, it's like does that thing like would you rather be or no? Because you never know who's the alien in this one, so it's not like people suck in this one like they're actually aliens trying to kill you. But The Thing. Like I feel like it's an actually scary movie. I like the effects. I like the weirdness that goes on with the alien.
Just to be clear, you're talking about the original, not the remake.
Yes, the original thing with Kurt Russell.
You mean the first remake?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry,
again. Pardon my ignorance, but I don't do horror. So we'll go with the Kurt Russell remake of The Thing. That is gonna be my number 3.
I gotta ask because the Con Man highly recommended that I watch the prequel that they made in the 2000s. Have you guys seen that?
That's what they're talking about when they say the remake.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, he said it was really good, and
it's fine. It's good.
He's harder on movies than you guys are typically. So when he says something's good, my ears usually perk up.
It's mostly digital effects. Yeah. That's what brings it down. Because going from the 80s one where it was all like awesome physical effects and they completely crushed it. Yeah. To that one, it feels like it's lacking.
And and they could have done the thing, it's like you could have done the thing where you make your real thing even creepier with your visual effects. That's usually the best way to do it. And it's like, you just missed a beat on this one. Like I don't know. I watched the newer one, and then I'm like, would I rather watch this one or the 1980s one? And the answer is the 1980s one every time.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't really subscribe to the new one.
All right, Justin, what's yours?
I think I'm gonna go with like Midsummer made me feel some type of way. Like I don't know. All
right.
It weirded me out. Like it made me uncomfortable after that movie.
Yes, that's the feeling. It's like that weird, like.
Yeah,
that's one I definitely didn't watch because I was like, nah, I'm not.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I'd say it's not that bad, Max. You can go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, no, but like that, the scale is all fucked up. Like, no, that you're. If you think it's not that bad, that doesn't.
It's not
anything.
scary. 100% is not scary. It's just weird.
No,
it
it's
makes
not
you uncomfortable.
Scary. It's just like.
Nah, I don't want to feel creepy or some kind of way after.
I thought it was too long.
It was long. It was a long.
Yeah. Like I liked it the first time I saw it when it was called The Wicker Man, the original. And I'm sorry, I can't take it when everybody's like, I love this movie so much. It's the best. It's like when Tiger King came out, nobody would shut up about Tiger King. It's the same thing about Midsummer.
They're doing a sequel season to that.
Yeah, let's not talk about Carol Baskins like she didn't murder her husband.
I don't care.
Yeah,
it's just like nobody would shut up about Midsummer or Hereditary, and it's like they're okay, but they're not like you don't have like 30 years of the same movie being made before that.
That's fair. But it did make me very uncomfortable leaving that theater. That's very memorable for me.
What was that, Samantha?
Oh, I was just say Florence Pugh. She's in that movie. She's a really talented actress.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not saying it's a horrible movie.
No.
I'm just saying
That's what I think of the movie. I was like, damn, she's good. Sorry.
But her not that Wicker Man. The 70s one with Christopher Lee, not the bees.
The bees.
That one I've walked out of. The Nicolas Cage one. I walked.
Dude,
out
why? It was amazing.
Awful.
Just not the way it was supposed to be.
All right, Dan. What is your number 3?
Hellraiser.
Ooh, good one.
Ooh, yeah.
Because of Frank's death at the end.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Nailed it.
Unprofessionalism.
When he's sitting there with all the chains in him, and he just looks at the camera and says, "Jesus wept" before he gets ripped apart. That is amazing.
That whole movie is wild too. The lady sacrificing, bringing people home to sacrifice her dead boyfriend. Like,
I love that she's bringing him up to like the bare room in the attic, and they're just like, "Yeah, let's get it on." And it's like, "Oh,
and
dude,
you're about to get eaten by a demon."
Like, do you not know that this is how it usually doesn't go?
Yes, that is a good movie and book. Samantha, what is your number 2?
Number 2. Okay, so this is the only horror movie I've actually seen in the theater. I've always watched them, from the comfort of my home, which probably has helped a little bit. But I remember watching it in the theaters in 2017. And first of all, clowns, like, no, thank you.
Right.
And then, that's a big part of why this scared the living crap out of me. But just the suspense of where are the jump scares? Like, I'm in the movie theater, but also it was, and I've never read the book, so I can't compare the two. But I really liked the movie. Like, the movie made me feel terrified.
That book is a read. So
yes.
Good luck if you want to try that.
It's really good until the end, which is what I would say about the movie, but for a different reason.
That's Stephen King, pretty much regardless.
Yeah, so far the end in chapter 2 for me is my favorite of the 3 endings of the Stephen King series. But I agree, especially chapter 1, is terrifying.
Yeah, the first chapter is the one I saw, and it was scary.
It helped that the kids were good actors, and it helps feed off of that.
I only saw chapter 1 of the made-for-TV or whatever movie. And that was and people were like, haha, that one's so funny because it's so bad. But
I love that one.
I was a kid when I watched that movie, and it scared the shit out of me. Like,
literally, you could not go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I avoided sewers.
No, he did go to the bathroom.
Yeah, he definitely went to the bathroom.
It didn't constipate the shit out of him. It scared the shit out of him.
Freaking. I would avoid a sewer at I'm walking all the way around it if there's a sewer on the corner of the road. There was no way. That movie, and it was I was a kid when I watched it.
You know what? I'm the reason Max hates horror movies. We watched that one together. It was like my 100th viewing of it, but it was Max's first.
Oh my god! It was dark. It was like a dark, stormy night, and then the movie ends at the worst part. I think that's the end of the fucking movie. I was like, it just the thing is running rampant and the kid's lost. That's the end of the.
It ends where Stan kills himself, so he's laying in the toilet with the it on the wall. Yeah, that's.
They made Georgie so cute on purpose. Obviously, it's really sad, but it crushed my soul. That beginning scene, the little raincoat. I was like, oh my god.
I do got to say that when they made the newer It's chapter 1 and 2, they did a much better job of part 2 because the miniseries part 2 is awful. It is really? Tonally not the same. The first miniseries is frightening. The second part is down here, even though it's got John Ritter, and I love John Ritter.
I think they're both that way.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, part 1s are for both of them are very good.
Yeah, I hated the ending of the new one.
Yeah, but you liked up till the point of the ending, right?
I hate how they kill the it. I think the old miniseries was.
That's just a problem with the story. Then
it's just
it's still better than the book, but not by much.
When you find out what the monster is and
don't ruin it, Justin.
Defeat it. Well, no, because I feel like that's even if it's a good monster movie, like The Conjuring, I think that movie's very good, very scary. But once the monster is revealed. you lose something, and like it just might be too much for you to where it's just like, okay,
you don't
now
have
this
to,
goes
though.
on, and where like most do though. So it's like they reveal the monster, and then you get that it's killed in some way. Like it just sucks that they picked the crap way for them to end it. Or whatever. Like or like I mean, because like even Stephen King's ending is ridiculous.
Yes, it is. I prefer the TV miniseries ending better.
I hate the
anything.
TV miniseries ending when it's just
revealed
it's a spider.
Whatever. I mean, at least it's satisfying. It's a giant spider. They rip its heart out. Yeah.
Dan, one of the things I did like about the new chapter 2 is I found the run-on joke about how Bill can't end stories in the movie.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Like, your books are great. The endings suck. Even Stephen King delivers that line to Bill in the movie.
Because I'm sure he's heard that many times.
All the time for 20 years.
But hey, I mean, if the shoe fits, you got to wear it. Like, that's...
I mean... The man's a multimillionaire. I'm sure he's fine with it.
Again, there's no problem.
Deal with my
and even though I bitch about that, I will still read Stephen King. So that says something.
And the rest of it's so good. The rest of it's so good.
Yeah,
he's still considered one of the best writers of all time, despite his endings. Like
the best pop writers
of
all
his
time.
endings. Like if he got his endings down, like. Who knows what level of writer he'd be considered? Like
he's too old to worry about that. He is what he is at the moment, but I agree.
Yeah, I mean, he's still basically a pulp writer, though. I mean, he's not like one of the greatest writers of all time. He's not like Dostoevsky or. You don't say Victor Hugo, Stephen King, dude.
What
Come on.
do you mean Stephen King's not going to be in the fucking the memory books with fucking goddamn whoever wrote the Bible or whatever? Like
Charles Dickens.
This pivoted real hard.
All right, my number 2 is, and again, I'm going off of movies we don't talk about a lot, but I love watching. And my number 2 is the Critters franchise. I love the Critters movies. It is my favorite knockoff of Gremlins, and they're amazing.
I'm glad you didn't say Gremlins in this thing.
Except for maybe
not Ghoulies. Come on!
I just watched that for the first time. It was fine, but we get Critters 2 gives us our very first performance by Leonardo DiCaprio in a motion picture.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody out there,
history in the making.
And I don't know why, but that whole telephone scene where with the critters on it, like makes me laugh every time. Like I got to rewind it and watch it again. Like it's. I don't know.
Yeah, so Critters is great. You should check it out. A lot of fun. Space, maybe not so much, but 1, 2, and 3. And then they just made a new one that was a lot of fun too. Not the series that they did, but the movie they made.
That series was pretty harsh.
I don't know, like how, on a horror premise, like how long can you keep a series going? Like it's.
Max, with horror movies like Friday the 13th,
yeah,
I'm okay with them making the same movie again. Like
that's fine.
Just like
no. I'm just saying, like as far as like a TV show, like they're trying to make these TV shows out of horror movies.
Well, Max, just go watch I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Don't do it. No,
it's just
it's
this
so is not enough to write a series about. Like no. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's.
I'm enjoying I Know What They Did Last Summer, but I agree. If this goes longer than a season, it's going to be preposterous, just like making a sequel to the original movie did.
There's like 5 like big reveals in every episode. It's like a train wreck. I can't stop watching.
It's like a bad soap opera.
Yeah,
like,
it is. It really is.
My brother who got amnesia, and then I got amnesia, so we both at the same time forgot that we were brothers.
The Chucky show is better than I Know What You Did Last Summer, but I don't know how they go with that past the season as well. So we'll see. But Justin, Max? What's your number 2?
I'm gonna go with Event Horizon.
Ooh.
That's a weird, scary movie.
Yeah.
Open a portal to hell on a spaceship. That's.
I've never heard of it before.
Have you ever read anything about the director's cut that they were trying to make?
No.
There's a whole lot of stuff that they cut out of that.
I'm good. No, that's I don't need to watch it again. It scared me enough. I've seen that movie twice, and I don't ever need to watch the movie again. Like, nah, it's.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I was just something about aliens in outer space. Just really, really creeps me out. Like, really scares me.
Because you don't even
No,
know
I
that
can't ever watch movies
out
without
there. Yeah, the Event Horizon will scare the crap. Like I don't know. I feel like it's a truly scary movie. Like they're on a spaceship and then like a portal to hell opens up.
Yeah, take Alien, but instead of the big scary alien, just put evil Sam Neill. And that's basically the first 3/4 of Event Horizon. But it's really good.
I'm writing all these down as we talk about
Cool.
them.
Justin, what's your 2?
My 2, I think I would go with Get Out. I really enjoyed that movie.
All right.
Nice.
I watched it.
I love Get Out because the first scene in Get Out is the most true, realistic thing I've ever seen in a horror movie. The black dude is walking down the street. He sees some weird shit. He turns right the fuck around and starts walking the other way. Like, nope. We're not doing this. Not if I got anything to say about it.
Right.
Nope.
So good.
I was like, truth. Thank you.
Nice.
That was a very good movie.
Yeah, and his friend, the security guard, killed me. I really liked him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Lil Rel.
He was awesome.
He's so good.
He's hilarious in that movie. Just enough, like because he
Small
really,
doses,
like,
I think.
changes the movie every time he's in it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this actually kind of scary, creepy thing, and then like Lil Rel shows up like TSA agent. I'm the crazy black friend. Like, it's awesome. Like, it's hilarious. But yeah, he does pivot the whole movie on a different axis. Like, this could be something else entirely. Like, I kind of want him to shoot Get Out too, but like from his point of view,
that would be a lot of fun. Like the comedy version of it.
Yeah,
you'd have to spell it TOO too. Like, Get Out, comma 2.
Yes, I'm down. 100%.
Also Get Out.
Yes,
also but I mean, like it's Jordan Peele, so like we know he can do comedy. Like
he doesn't want to.
I think that would be a good. That might be good.
I think it's a wonderful idea. It's a great idea.
Yes.
Dan, what's your 2?
Oddly enough, Jason X.
All right.
I can't wait to hear why.
Because of the sleeping bag kill.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I wouldn't even have to say Jason X if the censors hadn't gotten to one of the earlier ones where that kill was. But in the earlier Friday the 13th, I think it was 7. Could be wrong. He only hits the person once against a tree because that's all the censors would allow. In Jason X, you get the full kill where he just grabs the sleeping bag with the person in him and beats him against the tree several times.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's 6 because I think I heard
is it 6?
McLaughlin talking about it.
Okay,
when he made it because he got a lot of stuff cut out of his Friday.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
And that's how Jason X gets on this list.
That's fair.
Jason X was one of the horror movies that I watched. I was like, oh, some of these are just like not scary.
Yeah,
because like I would not watch anything horror, and then I watched Jason X for some reason. And
I think we saw it in theaters, you and I.
Yeah, there's a difference between being scary and being like gore-filled, like murder fest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, well, this is just hilarious. It's like, that's what I was like, okay. Jason X, I love you for just being absolutely ridiculous.
You can only go see basketball so many times in theaters that you got to mix it up and go see Jason X.
You just dated yourself. Good job.
How often did you see basketball in theaters, Jason?
Like 3 or 4, man. Back in the day when I could afford it, I'd go to the theaters all the time and rewatch movies.
Yep.
I haven't been to a movie theater since before COVID.
Go see Dune.
Yes, go see Dune.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
Okay, and whatever reason you need to go see the theater, do that.
Yeah, yeah. Aquaman's in it,
Yeah.
Aquaman kicks ass in this movie.
He does. He's a samurai for some reason.
I haven't seen Dune yet, but so far my favorite theater experience since COVID has been Free Guy. And I can't wait to see Dune. It's just laughing with a crowd.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, you like it.
I mean, like, and you can watch it at home if you want. If you got HBO Max.
No, I want the theater.
But see the big theater.
It's definitely worth seeing it in the theater. Like I've done both, and like I watched it at home first just because of circumstances, and then like I went out and saw it in the theater this weekend, Friday or Saturday. So yeah, it's worth it. It's so worth it.
Yeah.
All right, Samantha, what's your number 1?
All right, so my number 1 isn't like a horror film. It's more of like a spooky film. But since it's Halloween, this is like hands down just like the best Halloween movie of all time. Hocus Pocus.
Hey.
All right.
Always will watch. I could watch it literally every day and not get tired of it because it's just such a good story. And Bette Midler and oh my gosh, I'm forgetting her name, but all the
Sarah
actors.
Jessica Parker.
Yes, Sarah Jessica Parker. That's right.
I don't remember the third one's name.
It's okay, but it's a really good movie. Doesn't Jason hate it though?
Someone
I
hates
like Houston.
hate.
That's
I
okay.
disliked it. I didn't get it, but it's fine. It's a loved movie.
And the kid,
I love it too.
Cedric Diggory, I think his name. No, wait, that's Harry Potter. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
Robert Patterson.
Yeah.
He's not in this movie.
Yeah.
Don't kill Cedric.
Disclaimer, I had the flu for like 2 weeks.
It's all good. I say dumb things all the time.
We get things wrong all the time. It's
All the
great.
time.
Oh no. I knew okay. What's the name of the cat? Okay, the kid who is also the cat.
There's Danny, there's Allison, there's Max, there's Mary, Winifred. Does any of this help, Sarah?
So bad. But he's in NCIS.
Zachary Binks.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you. he's in NCIS, which like goes back to like the whole true crime thing we were talking about earlier. It's a little full circle moment, but yeah, it's a great movie. It's charming, it's spooky, just all around great movie. So that's my number one.
Are you excited for the number 2 coming out? Part 2 or number 2?
I think so. Yeah, I am. That movie was made a while ago, like the first one, right? It was made a while ago.
Yeah, it was
So
1983.
it's always fun to see like when a second movie comes out like decades after.
I wonder. I think it'd be really cool if they tried to like actually be scary with this. Like,
yeah.
I would love to see a rated R version.
Rated R.
Yeah,
Holy
like,
cow.
because I mean, like, it's dark when you think about like, okay, the witches come and they like suck up all the souls
Stealing
of
children. Yeah.
Like, like that's scary as fuck. Like,
I mean, it's like Avatar, though. I've been waiting for the second Avatar since I was 9 years old.
He could be waiting a while.
Oh yeah,
old James Cameron.
That movie's had 347 release dates, and so far
that movie I like just more and more. Like whenever I watch it, because I'm just like, what if the Indians won? You know, like
it's Pocahontas in space.
what if the natives? What if the natives won? Like that's what Avatar is like.
I like that movie less and less every time I watch it.
Really?
The 3D experience is so good in the theater; it's hard to recreate in the home.
That
too.
That set a bar really high for for me, and no other movie came close to it.
No.
But again, James Cameron. So what are you gonna do?
All right, my number
James
one
Cameron.
is
More Than Meets the Eyes.
back in the 90s. Freddy Krueger just stopped.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. I'm sorry. Yeah, Dan can back up Justin, but when someone calls on you to back them up, what do, Justin? You turn and walk away.
I'll leave him hanging
Turn and walk away.
Because it's funny to me. Look, I'm
I'll back up Justin. I won't back up you. You see,
that's fine. I'm just mad at Justin because he called for backup, and look what happened. The backup showed up when you were supposed to be the backup. What happened, Justin? You left me. You left me.
But how funny was it? But how much fun was it later?
No. I'm still mad at you.
I mean, you're obviously still talking about it.
Our panel laughed really hard at that story. So
all right. Well, anyway, 2018. we were all asking. I'm just kidding, Justin. Sorry. We were all asking the question: can Michael Myers be scary again? And sure enough, they delivered a film where he was scary. Halloween 2018 was terrifying. But the same thing happened back in the 90s with Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy 4, 5, and 6 were practically comedies. 6 is like a Looney Tunes cartoon. I love it, but it's like a Looney. And then we finally got Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Wes Craven came back to the franchise. This is a precursor to the Scream franchise. And I think New Nightmare, in my humble opinion, is my favorite besides the third one. And I love Wes Craven's New Nightmare. And it was terrifying and frightening and just all of the above. It made Freddy Krueger something to be terrified again. And unfortunately, we never got a sequel to it. But Wes Craven's New Nightmare is my number one.
I've never seen it. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, me too.
It wasn't built for a sequel, though.
That's true. I'm just saying, like, I wish we got more Freddy after that. I would have enjoyed a scarier Freddy again, but unfortunately, we got Freddy vs. Jason, which I liked, but then we got the remake, which is not so good.
Yeah, the problem with New Nightmare for me is you got to follow that kid for so long.
I got the kid's autograph.
It's the same problem with me and Max there. Like,
I was at a horror con, and this kid
Samantha him some water.
He was standing there next to my cousin and her boyfriend, and he just didn't have anybody in line with him. He was also in Pet Sematary, so I walked up to him. I paid the $10, got his autograph.
Was he Gage in Pet Sematary?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But no, I think it's good. And if you watch New Nightmare, you can kind of see the groundwork of Scream being laid a little bit. Max?
Number 1 goes to Alien.
Ooh.
Yeah, I watched that movie long after it come out, but it still scared the crap out of me. And it's just a solid monster flick. The jump scares I think are worth it. The human intrigue is awesome. I like to play a game called like The Intruder or something like that that they made up, which is like Alien, but they can't say that. but like so like the game plays out a lot like Alien goes, so it's pretty cool. But Alien, I love it. And again, Sigourney Weaver, another.
That does seem like the perfect horror movie for a non-horror fan. You know what I mean? Like it's like the perfect.
Yeah, because it
can be scary, but not like. Yeah.
What are you talking horror movie? This is about space travel. Come on, look at this big spaceship.
Right,
dude, chest bursters are the scary thing to me.
Yeah, like that's scary as fuck. Like, and then it's like, okay, this is just a random happenstance on a spaceship. But by that same logic, like it could, like if a little alien facehugger pod drops down on the Earth one day, like you could run into this sort of like that sort of thing could happen. If
it's like that weird fact where like everyone eats a spider a year, whatever that stat is, where like when you're sleeping, like that's that could definitely happen.
Yeah.
Like you swallow 8 spiders a year.
Yeah, whatever that number is. Yeah.
That's a myth for them.
Is it? I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
Thank you for saying that.
But also, it's like by the numbers, if every human on average swallows 8 spiders a year, that means like there are so many millions of humans who don't ever encounter a spider in their mouth. Like, just because like that's how odds
eating
work.
10 spiders a night, just in the worst.
I mean, there's one guy that just has like spiders for breakfast in a bowl, so he helps everybody else out.
Yeah, he's helping humanity.
Yeah, just totally ruining the curve, So that's also one thing.
He's my hero.
Another weird non sequitur here. Did you know that Audible, who doesn't sponsor us anymore,
actually?
Audible does sponsor us. Yay! Well, they have
promoting it because everybody and their mother has an Audible sponsorship. Like my kids have an Audible sponsorship.
They have Alien 3, William Gibson's version, read out by the actors of Alien 2.
That's awesome.
I just downloaded it the other day. I started it. It's pretty damn cool so far. So
right.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
But Aliens is a different movie, and then like they don't get any better after that. Like it's all. But the first one I think is worth it for sure. Like it's a solid flick.
Nice. It's good. It's a good slasher film too. Justin, what is your number 1?
My number 1, I watched it recently and I forgot how much I enjoyed it. Was 28 Days Later. Just the idea of waking up into like, I don't know, like the zombie apocalypse and just running into people that are like just so used to death that when their partners die, they're just like, whatever, like that's part of it. Let's take his stuff and let's get the heck out of here. Right?
The bodies. It's like D&D. It's like how cool is like looting the bodies.
Oh,
everybody's a murder hobo.
Bye.
But I'm 23 gold up now. So.
and this crappy sword.
But no, I really enjoyed 28 Days Later, and if you haven't seen it, I'd encourage you to see it.
Nice.
Dude in the SWAT outfit is just like my favorite out of everything. Like
he's great.
All right, Dan, what's your number 1?
The Beyond. Because of pretty much every kill in it, you've got it. It pretty much runs the gamut. You got some dude with getting his face eaten off by spiders. You got the warlock in the
stacking up the average.
Yeah, see, there you go. Well, no, they're eating him, so that's the opposite. You got a sorcerer in the beginning that gets nailed to a wall and gets quicklime thrown all over him. You got some blind lady that her seeing eye dog turns on her and eats her throat. It's pretty, and then you got zombies at the end because why not? It's also one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It has the briefest bare bones of plot. It's just fun, and I really like it. So there you go.
Yes, it's one of the ones we watched on our classic Freddy Geeks episodes. So if wants to jump back and check those out.
And I had an honorable mention because I was doing kills. My favorite one is 84 Dune with Peter DeVries.
Oh, you talked about this last week, I think.
Yeah, I did, and then it was the best kills. So when Brad Dourif dies as Piter in the old Dune movie, he gets poison sprayed in his face, and he just goes "Gah!" and falls over, which is the best way to go.
All right. I thought they did that well in the new one too, though.
They did that okay. But it wasn't as like spontaneous looking, and you didn't really have much of a build up of Piter first. Yeah. He was just the guy with the thing, and
he's huge in the book. I didn't really. I read the book right after the movie. I was like, he's very
he's an evil little mentat guy.
He's right.
Well, everybody, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Samantha, where can everybody find you online?
You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Instagram, and TikTok. Samantha Gaton is that's how you spell my last name. A lot of people say Gatton or Gaton, so if you do, totally fine. But yeah.
But it's wrong.
Totally fine. But no.
You know, it's like it's so weird because it rhymes with baton, but then I guess because I'm in the South, it's Gatton or Gaton. But that's okay. Today, you can find me at Rob Gronkowski. But this has been so much fun. Thank you for having me and talking true crime, talking scary movies. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys, and I really appreciate it.
We appreciate it. And like I tell you all the time, you're welcome on our show. Anytime you want to be on our show, you just got to send me an Instagram post and I'll put you on. Everybody check out Underwater, Samantha's song. It's fantastic. It's amazing. We played the live version prior to her coming on. So if you want to rewind a little bit or just go to YouTube, type in Samantha Gaton Undercover. Again, thank you guys so much. I just looked at the numbers for that one episode again, and for some reason it's still spiking. So thank you so much.
Hooray.
I had to listen to that episode and find out what the hot take was on that.
Yeah, it was Max going on some type of rant, I'm sure.
But even during that episode,
it could have been Hot Take Orlando. We don't.
It could have been Hot Take Orlando. You're right.
The support we have gotten over audio, like we switched to Libsyn 6 months ago, and we're already over 14,000 downloads. So thank you, everybody, so much for the support, the love, and leave us a review, rate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Go to 3geeks.ninja, a website that I need to revamp desperately.
The most badass website on the internet.
We don't write reviews anymore, so I need to get rid of that.
We don't write reviews anymore.
So
we could. I don't know.
Thanks again so much, Samantha. If you don't mind sticking around till after the credits, we will see you guys soon.